Summertime's coming up, and you know what that means.
A stinkier ball sack is on the way.
And if you're like McClay, not only do they stink, but you probably have been growing them out since November. But they deserve better.
And we're here to help.
The Performance Package 4.0 has arrived, and oh man, is it a game changer. Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer. You get the Weed Whacker ear and nose trimmer, the Crop Reviver ball deodorant, the Crop Preserver, boxers. You even get a traveling bag.
So get 20% off and free shipping with promo code Bogcast at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com with promo code Bogcast. Trust me, your balls will thank you.
Dumb.
Stupid.
Crazy. Dangerous.
Stinks. In one word, would I use dope? Nope.
I don't know why I can't figure this out, bro. I thought it's like every other time, right?
Before we get started, I am proud to announce that the Bogcast has officially partnered with Hempful Farms. These are products that I truly believe in and that I have been using for years now. Even Fabius and Gertie love their Paw Putty products. They literally have CBD for everyone. So if you want to save money when buying your CBD, just go to hempfulfarmscbd.com, use promo code BODCAST, and you will save 15% off when spending $35 or more. And you will get free shipping when spending $75 or more. So again, just use promo code BODCAST at the checkout and go to hempfulfarmscbd.com.
It smells hot. You smell it? Yeah.
Where the fuck is McClay?
The following program deals with a controversial subject. The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation.
The viewer is invited to make a judgment based on all available information.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Bogcast. I'm your host, Keith Obit, sweating my balls off here in Phoenix, Arizona, joined with my best friend, Bryan McClay. What's up, dog?
Ooh. Oh, man. It is killer out there. I just got done being out in that heat, man.
It's like you're fucking slow cooking out there, dude.
Mm-hmm. I saw it. You want to hear something crazy, bro? I saw a guy... I think Raw reposted it. Shout out to John Kesselman and Raw Rolling Papers. They got a great social media accounts. Shout out to spacing on
RSO's kicking in.
Yeah. Emery.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So shout out to what's his what does he go by? What's his hip hop name? Used him in the Bogcast, in the sound guy, song.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What are you talking about? We've had him on the show.
I don't know what you're talking about. You don't know the name, bro?
Dude, it's the Cannabis. His name's Emery, right? But he goes by, what's his stage name?
You don't know, dude?
You don't know it either. You're trying to look it up right now.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
It's Kid Combs, dumbass.
Yeah. Kid Cones. Shout out Kid Cones.
I'm deleting this part.
But anyways, shout out to Raw, Rolling Papers, and Kid Cones, and John Kesselman, and but anyways, there was a guy who rolled up some flour in a raw rolling paper, and then put it on the blacktop. There's 120 out. Put it on the blacktop and lit it.
Oh my god! That's
yeah,
crazy. Putting like cookie dough out into their car and then coming back a few hours later and these cookies were cooked and shit, eggs, all that shit, dude.
Yeah.
But dude, I know you've been going through this a lot lately, but fuck, I didn't realize how goddamn stressful the vet is. Like Gertie was in the vet today, and it was just for an ultrasound, but you know, she's been having that throwing up issue for the past a few years, and trying to get to the root of the issue. And we're thinking, cancer, just a mass or some shit, and the dog already has separation anxiety from us. So she's at the vet all day, and came back, and everything was actually good.
Look at that cutie pie. But that's the problem, dude. I mean, it's great when all that comes back good, but it's still, they don't tell you why she's doing it, and why she's having the issue.
So the couple of findings that they found were she has really small adrenal glands, and so they thought maybe that she had low cortisol levels. So they did a blood test, and her cortisol levels are actually fine. So they just honestly suggested just adding like more fiber to her diet. But yeah, so like once a week, her whole stomach, she goes, ooh, ooh, ooh. It's fucking so sad, dude. Like I'll just be in here, and then I'll run out there, and it's just like little yellow bile. She'll do it twice. And like I said, for 2 years, she just wouldn't even eat or anything. We finally found a home cooked recipe that Jordan makes like once a week that we give her, and she actually like runs around, gets excited. She's like, stoked to eat and shit. But yeah, man, these fucking dogs are stressful, dude. Like I'm gonna be completely real with you, dude. When I found out that it wasn't something serious, like tears of joy came down my face because I was so happy, because I was like, I didn't realize how stressful it is just having your dog at the vet all day, and I know you've been going through that a lot, dude. It sucks.
Yeah, dude. I just told this story, but I'll tell it again. Last night I was talking about it on my show for Beyond Wednesdays. The fact that, and Daniel says it perfectly in his comment, but there's all this red tape, and the red tape is it doesn't do what it's meant to do. It just causes more problems for the most part, right? Here, you guys are gonna shit here. This is my problem that I've been dealing with for the last 3 days, right? So my dog has to take multiple types of medication every day, or she is just in horrible pain. She shakes because she's in so much pain. You know what I mean? And nobody wants to see that happen. So whenever I get to the point where her meds are almost up, I call the vet 3 days before they're up, and I say, hey, can you put in for her new meds? Well, one of her meds goes through a Walgreens pharmacy, and it's on a 3-month supply, and it's usually it's easy. You just go through. This time, for some reason, the vet would send the fax to the Walgreens.
Wait a minute. Stop.
Yeah. Right there. There you go. Right?
Did you just fucking say fax?
Yes, bro. A fax. They have to send a fax. Right? So they would send the fax to Walgreens. Walgreens would deny it.
Oh
and,
my
and
god.
yeah, and they would be like, nope, it has no real refills on it, and your vet says it has refills. So I tell the vet, I call the vet again, and I go, they're saying that they're denying it because you guys are saying it has refills. They go, yes, it has one more refill on it. What is their problem? So I call back to the Walgreens. Sorry, there's no refills on it. Have them contact us. So I instantly call back to the vet, and she goes, I'm on the other line with them right now, trying to explain to them that it has another refill on it. And they're interpreting it as it doesn't. You can't interpret something like that. Either it does or doesn't. I don't want my fucking pharmacist trying to interpret whether it says it has a refill or not. Red tape 1. Red tape 1 was the fax machine. Red tape 2, interpreting whether something has a refill on it. I don't want that. Red tape 3, I call the Walgreens back and they go, just have them call us. I go, why can't you just call them?
This is what
You know what I mean?
this is the next red tape, is that
Yep.
you're literally holding their hand. I hate
Yes.
that shit, dude. That sucks. And if
Yes.
you don't do it, you get screwed.
So I call the vet back and they're pissed off at the same time. And I go, they just want you to call them. And they go, we cannot call about a patient's about a patient's medication. It has to all go through the fax. I go, I just got done talking with another person that says they were on the phone with them. You know what I mean? Like,
I
no,
would have been like,
again,
it's 2023. What the fuck are
yes.
you using fax for, motherfucker? God damn.
Yes.
Holy
And
shit.
Daniel says
This
it the
fax
perfect
bullshit,
way.
oh my god.
Daniel says, I had to deal with some BS bureaucracy myself today over some people meds. You'd think in modern day there'd be more communication and handshaking. Nope. Way less, apparently. It sucks. I'm venting.
Oh, you're good,
and that's
dude.
it. No personal, like, fax, call. Every time I call the fucking Walgreens, I got to listen to a robot,
sure.
and I have to say, operator, 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 10 times just to talk to somebody.
Dude, any type of just customer service in general is just completely obsolete and just completely sucks, because it's all either AI robots that you never can get to a human because they make it impossible, or it's people from India and they don't even speak fucking English and shit. I've been
Yeah.
dealing with that for the past couple of weeks. Like, fuck, there's no more fucking support for anything.
No.
Like, what the
Well,
fuck?
you about ready to lose your shit big time?
Oh no.
So we talk a lot about my brother on the show. My brother's been a big part of the podcast since the beginning. You guys can go watch his interview where he talks about his cancer, and you know, that has really pushed us to continue the show. Just him, and then him getting involved with Soggy, and then Soggy being involved with Chris Martin, and you know what I mean? It's like it's a big part of the show. And my brother was on disability after, you know, he basically couldn't walk for 5 years, and he finally got to the point where he's able to kind of like walk with regularity, but it's painful, you know? And so he felt like he was depressed because he wasn't part of the workforce. Right. So he wanted to go get into the
I get
workforce
that.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. You want to be like, yeah, I know that feeling,
Yeah.
dude.
So he went and he decided, okay, I'm going to, if you're on disability in the state of Arizona, you can't make more than like $1,400 a month, or you get kicked off of disability. Okay. And whatever. So my brother calls the disability people and says, hey, I want to go try and get a job. What happens if I find out that I can't do it? Like, you know, for some reason I can't do it. Am I going to be okay to kick back on disability? And the lady literally told him, yes, it's as easy. It's as simple as a push of a button. That's all it is. Right. And he goes, okay. He goes and starts looking for jobs. A job offers him a position. He calls back. He double checks, talks to the same lady, right? Hey, I've already told you this, Chris. You're fine. Da 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 da. So he goes and works for this company for 7 months, and he finds out he can't do it. Yeah, even the little amount of walking, physically, he just can't. He can't. And the little amount of walking was too painful. And so, you know, that's a big deal. I mean, he was depressed for months because he realizes that he just can't do it. He's in a horrible place mentally. You know, he feels down. But he realizes I can't do it. So he's like, okay, I'm going to quit this job. But I need to make sure that I can get that everything they told me is fine. He calls the same lady. Chris, I told you it's just as simple as a push of a button. You're fine. He resigns last week, right? He resigned. He calls Social Security. The lady starts the process. They just told him 2 days ago. This was he resigned last week. They told him 2 days ago that he made too much money during the 7 months he was in there, and he can't get back on disability
ever.
And he already resigned. And so now my brother's like, what are you talking about? So and so told me. Is so and so still there? Oh yeah, I'm looking at her. Let me talk to her. Well, no, you have to make an appointment. Da da da. My brother's like, I will be there tomorrow. And I told my brother, I said, if some shit goes down where you can't get back on it, I go, I'm gonna start a fucking crusade. Every podcast I do,
that's what causes people to go postal, dude.
Yes.
Because you're talking about his mental state, right? Well,
yes.
Where is it now? It's not any better, That sucks.
Yeah.
That's fucking that, and it is so fucking hard to like even get disability,
Yeah.
It's like a 33% chance, like for people who submit and shit. So there's all these people who actually need it and never even get it. So is he able to reapply? Because even if he applied again, it'll probably take another 2 or 3 years for all the bullshit to go through, dude.
That's the problem.
It sucks.
That is the problem.
And then you're like not supposed to work during that, because then if you're working, they're like, well, if you can work, then what the fuck do you need disability for? So you're in a stuck situation. So that sucks, dude.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for your brother, dude.
I feel sorry for everybody that's going through that stuff. I just, and there's so many people out there I know that are working in, jobs that they do where every day they're hampered by some type of, or, they can't do something because of some type of stupid red tape that makes no sense. Corporate world, government red tape, whatever. It causes more problems than it helps in the reality for the 90% of it. So.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the main reason why I left the corporate world, because of the stupid red tape bullshit. I don't, just let me do my job. When I first started that job over there that I loved it so much, the reason why it was so great is for the first like 9 years or 10 years I was there, our boss told us, there's 3 of you, you're different positions, but work together as a team. And as long as you get the job done, no problems, come and go as you wish. Just get the jobs done, no problem. And we killed everything. You know what I mean? No malfunction reports, no destroying any units. We broke records with how much stuff we got through our lab, and all this crazy stuff.
This story, I have the same exact story.
Exactly.
Yeah, everybody does. You put
exactly,
dude. I watched my fucking dad. I know you're going with this, because if you would have stayed there, it would have got even worse. Where I watched my dad literally put 30 years into a company. We lived in North Glendale. He would drive 45 minutes to Tempe, 45 minutes back every fucking day, get up at like 3 a.m. And when he was done after the 30 years, he got like pushed out because like they didn't want to give him his whole fucking severance package and all that shit. And then they gave him like a shitty gold like coin or something for his 30 years and stuff, dude. It was like complete bullshit. Like they just like,
I wish I.
This is what happened to my dad, dude. At about 25 years in, they were hiring people, and he went to like DeVry, right? So he didn't have so he had like the DeVry thing, and DeVry like went under or whatever. They were hiring people with college degrees and making more money than my dad. So you know what my dad did? My dad spent 4 years and went to school. Actually, I think it was like 5, just because it took longer because he was working, and then he would go to night school and shit just to compete with
what he was told he's supposed to do.
And then they just pushed him out, dude. And
because he got to a certain age, and they thought,
watching that, and my dad, and it just like I don't want to be part of that world either. Like that life sucks. And my dad was just doing everything he had to do just to provide for his family, just so we could all eat and have all the bullshit toys that we wanted and shit. You know what I mean? So I respect my dad like a motherfucker for doing that, But yeah, these companies give 0 fucks about you,
Yeah, it's sad, dude.
And then doctors and vets, yeah, dude. Well, you know what? To be honest with you, this vet that we took Gertie to, man, they're pretty legit. They're expensive, but it's like a specialty place. And dude, they're so fucking informative. They're sending us pictures all day. Like, check out this picture, dude. Like, they actually brushed her and like cloned her.
Hold on. I can't see it. Put your
damn it,
cursor over it.
It's doing that shit again.
Try to click the picture.
I am.
Oh, that's annoying.
Oh,
there it goes. Oh,
So like when Jordan brushes her, dude, she absolutely hates it, but for some reason she let the lady there do it. She wants
oh,
to,
look at
like,
all that, dude. Holy cow.
I want to post that and put like, yeah, this vet place clones dogs now. Because that's like a whole other dog, dude. But yeah, this whole, like, I actually was pretty impressed by this vet because they like really sit down with you and talk to you and everything. Then they email you all the info and yeah, they're pretty legit, dude.
Shout out to Chad Cave. He says, my 7 kids were here for the past 3 weeks, and I busted out my old OG Lincoln logs from the 70s.
Oh,
They'll have a
Lincoln
big
logs?
box. And I bet you they had a blast with them, bro. I
Lincoln
bet
logs
you
were the
they had a
shit. I had
blast.
Lincoln logs, dude. They were bad as
Yeah.
fuck. Did you ever
Yep.
have constructs?
Yep. The little
Let me pull
a
these
ball
fuckers up.
you put the little, they were like a hexagon balls or
They're like
tetrahedron
gray
teeth on.
pieces. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Let's look it
man.
up.
You
I
can make
actually
all
built a
kinds of stuff with them.
little I built a short circuit out of these, dude. And it actually
Oh,
had
Johnny
a remote,
5.
or Johnny 5, yeah. And it actually had a remote control with like wheels that moved and shit.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I totally forgot about constructs, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw the fucking funniest video on TikTok that brought me back to elementary school, and I totally forgot about it, and I was laughing my ass off, and I told Jordan, and Jordan's like, "Oh my god, I got to do this to people at work." But check this out. This is a different version of it.
Eyes closed for 30 seconds, but if you touch
So
it,
he goes up to the guy, he's like, "You want to do the $100 arm challenge?" And he's like, "Okay, I'm going to stick my arm out, and you got to duck under it and close your eyes."
no, your thing.
He kind of gets confused a little bit. See?
You
And
open
his
your
eyes were
automatically
closed.
lose. You're doing good.
He walks away from him.
Yeah. So, dude, when I was in elementary school, I thought it was the funniest fucking thing in the world. I would do this, but I would do it with 2 arms. And I'd be like, hey,
Yeah.
stick 2 arms out and then close your eyes and just try to go in between my arms without touching them. And then I would run off at like when they got to like 10, and I'd say count out loud. And then like, you'd be like, oh, look at this goofball. And they'd just be in the middle of the playground just going like this. That's fucking funny, dude.
Look at the security guard. The security guard's like, what's going on here? Do you think that was real, or they're just like, this is fake?
I don't
too?
know. I don't know if this might be staged, but the
Yeah.
ones, dude, I have like legit like 5 times I've done that.
Oh,
to people
yeah.
in elementary school, dude.
Yeah. But I feel like
but isn't it
every-
weird how you forget about certain things and then you see something and you're like, holy shit. And yeah, I couldn't wait to tell Jordan.
Yeah, dude, that's funny. Old school stuff. Yeah, that's probably why the security guard was talking to him, because he looked like he was like a fentanyl zombie for a second there.
Yeah, no shit. That's what everybody looks nowadays, dude.
Yeah,
Like fucking fentanyl hunch over.
Bro, there's a IG account that I watch called It's All Phoenix, and they're always posting stuff over on
I know what you're talking
27th and
about.
Indian School. And it's so crazy how that has become like
Legendary. Yeah, it started off as a meme.
Yeah.
It was just,
And now it's real.
Yeah. And I drove by that every fucking day when I lived down there.
Yep. I know,
that's
man.
fucking crazy. There's like way worse areas than that, or corners than that even. There's just for some reason, like that's just I think it's because it's right off the 17.
Well, there's always a group of people there too that
there's like 40 people there.
Yeah.
Outside constantly.
Yeah.
But
I want to remind everybody real quick that you guys can always call into the show. The description and the links to call in through the Discord and to sign up through the Discord is in the YouTube description. So check it out. And if you guys ever want to call in, let us know.
There's a couple stories that happened the past few days I wanted to talk to you about. We haven't really talked this week yet, and I guess since we're on the topic of childhood shit, I was just fucking, I don't usually give a shit, dude, when celebrities die, but when Pee-wee died, I just fucking, I think it affected me because he had been battling cancer privately for 7 years. And I just think when people do that, there's something honorable about that. Like Chadwick Boseman did that. Norm Macdonald did that. And
Respect.
yeah, it's like,
So
fuck.
tough.
And he was doing cameos. You know what cameo is?
Yeah.
Where you like do those messages.
yeah.
So there's cameos of him on TikTok giving like these really heartfelt messages to people. And it's like, holy shit, he's battling cancer in that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Were you into Pee Wee big? Or were you big into Pee Wee when you were a kid?
Huge, bro. Massive. I mean, Pee Wee's Playhouse, we watched every Saturday morning. Was it Saturday morning? I think it was on, right? I can't remember.
Yeah, Saturday.
Pee Wee's
for sure.
Playhouse, Mecca Mecca High, Mecca Hiney Ho. You know what I mean? That was, me and my brother always talked about that. We had the toys. We had the doll where you pull it and it acts like, and it talks like Pee Wee.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And Pee Wee's Big Adventure was probably a movie that me and my brothers would watch during the summers a couple times throughout the day. We would just put
constantly.
it on,
yeah,
and play with our toys and put it on, and we would watch that movie over and over and over. I still remember like Large Marge part being, my brother was so scared about.
I had that in our intro. I for a while, for like about 20 episodes, I used to be in the intro. I love that. That's one of my favorite scenes. There was something interesting about that film because, you know, we watched the show first, right? It's very kid friendly, right? And then you watch the movie, and there was parts that were scary. Remember?
Yeah,
like the clown part.
Yeah,
the Large Marge part. Like that shit was kind of like
it was
like what the fuck, but it was still intriguing.
It was kind of like The Simpsons before The Simpsons, because it was meant for kids and adults, right? And the Pee Wee's Playhouse was always an adult act. You know, he had the comedy special, Pee Wee's Playhouse, before he had the show. And of course he had, you know, all those famous Lawrence Fishburne, the girl,
Phil Hartman.
of course, Phil Hartman. You know, he always had these. Vampirella was on there. That girl that plays Vampirella was always on there. Not Vampirella.
So I found
Elvira.
This. I hate fucking Kathy Griffin, but I found this clip of her talking about him being such a staple in LA before the show, and I thought it was like a really good insight. I just wanted to share. It's just like a minute, really quick.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool.
Well, you guys, this is a video you don't want to make, but I just want to talk about my friend, the late Paul Reubens. You know him as Pee Wee Herman. I knew him for many years, and he was brilliant. He was a true artist, and he took comedy so seriously. I can go on and on. Pee Wee was a great character. He had other characters that were just as good. When I started at the Groundlings Comedy Improv company in Los Angeles, he was the reason I joined the school, because he was the most famous person to emerge from the Groundlings, and he was so talented. And the Pee Wee Herman show was the hottest ticket in LA. I believe it played midnights at the Troubadour at that time. And then I think it moved to the Tiffany. But I mean, everybody went, and you got to know, you know, John B. and Missy Vaughn, all those amazing characters that then became the Pee Wee Herman show on television. And then, of course, the famous Pee Wee movie and Pee Wee's Big Top. And I got to, you know, gosh, I was so starstruck when I first met him. And he was just taking off like a rocket, and he loved the character of Pee Wee. You know, I mean, he'd go through phases where he like didn't want to do Pee Wee, then he did, but whenever he had a new idea for Pee Wee, he'd get so excited. And he worked with all the greats. All of his writers were amazing too, including the late great Phil Hartman.
So I just thought that was cool, because you could tell like there's probably everybody was just like looked up to Paul Reubens back then, you know, like having that hot ticket like she was talking about. And you know, for me personally, dude, he was the first, I think, character that I got into. And it just reminds me of my dad a lot, because we would both imitate his voice and do his voice constantly. You know what I mean? And it was just like going to the movie, being excited to go see the movie and shit, having the toys, like you said. And then at the same time, he was also the first person that I like was into that had a scandal
that got canceled.
Yeah, and that got canceled, and I was
We
like,
didn't think
"What
about
the
it back then.
fuck?" That, you know what I mean? But you know what had me thinking? I didn't realize we didn't. At least me personally, I didn't have all the facts when all the shit went down. Right?
I was just about to say
So
that, dude.
they
He got
pitched it to me.
scandalized. Big
Oh my
time.
god,
he got
So-
screwed on that.
So I'm sure everybody knows, but back then they pitched it as if he was just beating off at like the Little Mermaid in like a regular
Yeah.
theater, and everyone's like, "Oh my god!" Like, no, he was beating at a porn theater where everyone else is beating off. They actually
Beating
give you
off, too.
napkins and things to beat off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was actually like a ruse because those porno theaters were really popular in the gay community and places like Times Square, and they were trying to get rid of them. So they were like almost using it as a scapegoat to like
Yes.
make them look shitty. You know what I mean? But yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that was crazy, dude. When he got arrested, and
Everybody
then
called him a pedophile and all this shit, and it's like, what he was doing something that tons of other people in this world do on a regular basis, and it's no issue. You know what I mean? And his, like you said, his picture from that became one of the first like mugshots that went. You know,
well, not only that, dude. When I think of Pee-wee, I thought, dude, when I was a kid and I saw this, and my parents were telling me, "No, this is Pee-wee." I think my whole brain imploded because I was like, "What the fuck?" And then I saw the facial features, but I was like, "This is the guy." I was like, "Oh my god, he's beating off in like just a normal theater." Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. So sad how that happens, how that works. Again,
This is actually
people,
funny, dude. When
you have auto blast
I
damage?
remember this, he came on to the MTV, I think, music or movie, music awards, excuse me, and
Thank you. Chef. Chef.
he's so badass.
Thank you very much.
fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if they played the part, but he goes, "Have you heard
will.
any good jokes?" Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Heard any good jokes lately? What was that one? Oh, so funny I forgot to laugh.
That's the best way to come
Very
out
much.
to that,
really
dude.
means a lot to me. I have. Thank you.
I know you are, but what am I?
Yeah, dude. Oh man.
Yeah. He's dude. And then he has even more iconic things. His character in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, right? I mean, Blow. Army of Darkness.
Yep. Army
Dude,
of Darkness.
was he in Army of Darkness?
I don't.
Maybe not.
I don't
Maybe
think
not.
so.
Maybe it was just
That would be crazy. Yeah.
maybe it was just Buffy the Vampire Slayer that I'm thinking of.
He's in. He was like a working actor. Like he did a lot of shit. He did a lot of crazy shit. I found some other funny videos. This is actually Jim Carrey doing an impression of him during the scandal, and it's pretty fucking goddamn good, dude.
Yeah.
This is
When
incredible.
Jim Carrey impersonated Pee Wee Herman on In Living Color.
Hi, boys and girls. Your friend Pee-wee has been on a new adventure, which is why it's time to buy the new improved Pee-wee dough.
This was aired just weeks after Paul Rubin's infamous theater incident.
This one's even anatomically correct. That's right. Just like Fu Manchu. The new Pee-wee doll is a master of disguise. Not only that, the new Pee-wee doll comes with Turbo Fast. So Pee-wee can be this strong. Little Pee-wee can beat most anything except a bum rap. So hurry on down to your local
Dude,
toy
I
store
don't-
and pick up the new Pee-wee doll today. always.
I don't know if I would have got this when I was a kid. Do you? Do you remember?
No.
Like I probably saw it and thought it was funny just because it was just
Pee-wee.
Yeah, well, him doing the
Jim
impression.
Carrey.
But I don't know if I would have got that joke at like 91 when I was probably like 11. I don't think I was
Yeah.
beaming off at 11 yet.
I forgot about the Flight of the Navigator. He was the voice in Flight of the
Oh,
Navigator, dude.
how did we forget about that?
I
That's probably
know.
my
That's one of
that's
our
like
favorite movies.
Yeah, dude. Great fucking comment. Holy shit.
Yeah, dude. Flight of the Navigator
Oh, the
is
guy
such a
who's
great
got
movie.
it.
It's even better nowadays with all the stuff that we know that's, you know.
And plus, we have a clip that we've talked about this because we found out as we were pulling it up, and I fucking predicted it. But the kid in that movie, because his IMDb, he did that, and then he didn't act for like 25 years and act like I guarantee you he had a drug problem. And
Yeah.
then you Googled it. Sure as shit, there's a badass documentary on Flight of the Navigator and the making of it and how he fucking, smoked crack for like 20 years and he's on a comeback right now. They should make Flight of the Navigator too, bro. I would see that.
Like, would it be a new version or would it be?
No, don't reboot. Yeah, part 2. Like they're all old and shit now. You know what I mean? Oh, actually,
Yeah.
Pee-wee died.
Yeah.
They
Well,
could
you
take
can use his
AI
voice.
Pee-wee.
AI voice. Yeah. Yeah. That's really going to work right now. Dude, the amount of people who are on a crusade against AI right now is getting ridiculous, man. Holy
Against
cow.
AI?
Yeah, dude. And you're not going to be able to stop it, people. It's coming, and it's going to be such a big part of people's lives in the future. So at some point, you just have to decide that it's here, and how are you going to deal with it rather than trying to stop it. And all the actors guilds and all that type of stuff, that's what they're all complaining about is the AI stuff. So,
well, that's part of it.
Yeah, well, a big part of it, I'll say. Yeah. That's for sure.
I'd say let it all fucking burn.
Daniel says, watch that documentary on a flight.
I think
Wow.
AI scripts would absolutely suck, and I would never watch that. But they've been putting out such garbage the last like 10 years. I think it would be better than any of that, like the Snow White bullshit and all that.
Yeah.
But anyway, oh damn it! If I double click it, it pops up.
There you go.
So anyway, so Phil Hartman, legend, Saturday Night Live legend, news radio. Of course, he was tragically killed by his fucking wife when she was all coked out. But he was a big part of Pee-wee, the show. Was he in the movie?
I don't remember him being in the movie. I know he's in the shows and the comedy skits, but in the HBO comedy thing, but not the movie. I don't remember him being in the movie.
Yeah, I don't remember him either. There's Lawrence Fishburne right there. But anyway, yeah, they were like really good friends. And Phil Hartman was not only, a character, but he was a writer on Pee-wee. But apparently they had a falling out, and I didn't know that. And I thought it was kind of interesting. But I did find a interesting interview with Phil Hartman being interviewed by Howard Stern. When Howard Stern was actually a good interview. He used to be the baddest interviewer back in the day, dude.
The best.
Yeah, he fucking fell off so hard. But this is a really good watch, dude. I want you to check this out, dude. It's him talking about his feud with Pee-wee, with Paul Rubens.
Now, were you shocked when you saw that Pee-wee Herman had been arrested in a Sarasota movie theater masturbating behind, I guess he was sitting behind some people or something?
Yeah, I mean, I was...
Were you shocked?
Well, I was shocked it didn't happen in a McDonald's or something like that.
But you're a good friend of Pee-wee's, right?
Yes.
So what do you make of this? I mean, to me, this is unusual behavior. I know a lot of people have excused it, but I still have not excused this behavior. You know me, I thought Pee-wee deserved a prison sentence over this.
Yeah.
I really did. I wasn't kidding.
Yes, it's deviant behavior.
I have gone to porno theaters, and quite frankly, I would not want someone behind me making love like that, and perhaps God knows what would happen to me, to the back of my head. I don't know. I was not interested in that. So I think that really it's unusual for a big celebrity like that to do something like this. And you called him afterwards?
No, I've never discussed it with him.
Never.
No.
But you've spoken to him since the incident.
Yes.
And casually, you never say, "Gee, Pee Wee, it's very unusual that something like this would happen."
In truth, I've spoken with him a few times since the incident, and what happened was I did the Costas show, and Costas asked me about Paul Rubens, and it wasn't in our pre-interview, and I spoke about him, and Paul called me, and we had been estranged for really since I started Saturday Night Live.
Estranged?
Yeah, just not talking. Really.
For any particular reason? You're at odds with him, aren't you?
Yeah.
Why?
This is why Howard's good
because
right
you
here.
felt you helped develop the Pee Wee Playhouse and you never received credit or money for it. Is that correct?
Well, that's part of it, yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
You were one of the creators of that.
Yes.
And Pee Wee took that show.
And the reason why, dude, is because at this time, he was the only person that would ask those kinds of questions. If he was on any other program, they would be asking the same kind of questions on every news program. You know what I'm saying? Like these are the questions that, like, as a fan and an audience member, you wanted to hear, you know?
Yep.
Look at the CBS, made a lot of money off it, and you felt that, wait a second, where am I in this?
Well, all of us who created the original stage show that was an HBO special, it played at the Roxy Theater in the summer of '81, we had a contract that said that we get 3% of whatever happens with this show.
Right.
And then I went on and I co-wrote Pee-wee's Big Adventure with Paul, and I worked with him on that. A
huge movie.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then he decided to do the TV show, and all of us were
out. And you certainly were a creator of all of this.
Yes, I created the Captain Carl character. I wrote a lot of the scenes.
And you called him probably and said, "Hey, Pee Wee, what's the deal? Paul, what's the deal?"
Well, in truth, I didn't.
Your agent did.
Nobody did.
Nobody did.
Nobody
never spoke
challenged him about it.
I see. You didn't feel comfortable, but you certainly could have legally. You could have taken him to
Yes,
court.
I could have. Yes.
But
and a lot of people have.
I would have taken that son of a gun to court. He wouldn't know what hit him. He would have been tied up in litigation for the next 10 years.
Howard Stern's such a pussy, dude.
Yeah, he can be.
Let me ask you something. I got a question. I want to know also from the chat, but do you think Howard Stern has become such a pussy because he's gotten older or because he's gotten rich?
Both, but he's also like a fucking crazy liberal, and he's like all about the fucking, like, he doesn't like, he hasn't left his house in like years, bro. Do you know that?
Yeah.
He doesn't leave his house. People are saying like
COVID.
Yeah, he hasn't left since the COVID shit. Like, he's still like scared of all that, and he was making all those comments about like, you know, if you don't get vaxxed, you don't deserve to, like, pretty much deserve to die and shit, like crazy shit like that. But anyway, I just thought it was interesting that and from what I researched, I don't ever think they really made up, because Phil Hartman was tragically killed by his wife, dude.
Is that one of the biggest tragedies in my lifetime, in my opinion?
Phil Hartman getting killed?
Yeah, because people don't realize Phil Hartman was on the level of like greatest entertainer status. He was so smart, so funny, such a good dude.
So funny, dude. He's probably the best impressionist of all time.
Yeah. Yeah, man. His news radio was Phil Hartman. You know what I mean? That the news radio was the Phil Hartman show. Like, I loved all the other characters, but you watched it because of how funny Phil Hartman was. And as soon as Phil Hartman died and they brought in John Lovitz, it died. Phil Hartman carried. I
also forgot that he was a graphic designer, and he like actually designed a bunch of like big bands' album covers and shit. I totally forgot about that. I'm trying to find out if they like, actually ever made up, but
was he in Westworld? Was Paul Rubens in Westworld?
That's kind of sad, dude. Where'd you say that at?
And that
no, that's just the name of the
oh, I got you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just kind of sad if they didn't, you know.
Yeah.
But you're right, like not only was Phil Hartman great at all these characters and impressions, but he was a writer. He wrote all that stuff. Like, that's just as important, dude. When you're writing your own shit and executing it, that's crazy, dude. That's next level talent. When you see all those motherfuckers at Saturday Night Live, most of them, they're not writing any of that shit. You know what I mean? They'll come up with the ideas and stuff, but there's a lot of writers behind the scenes that do that.
Yeah.
Anyway. Fucking
I got something I want to show you. I don't know if you saw this. This is kind of crazy. Jim Larkin, pioneering co-founder of Phoenix New Times, dead at 74. Did you see this?
Well, isn't the new times start here?
I think so, dude. That's what really blew me away because I was like, it's all over the country. There's like the LA New Times.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how that worked because growing up, I just thought it was, just Phoenix. And then once I started traveling, I was like, oh, there's an LA New Times and all this. So that's kind of crazy.
It says the New Times contributor Jeff O'Connell, Michael Lacey, and Jim Larkin in 1972 at the paper's office near Mill Avenue and University Drive in Tempe. It says Phoenix New Times co-founder and legendary Arizona publisher Jim Larkin died on Monday. He was 74. He lived in Paradise Valley with his wife Molly, and he died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound in Superior near Boyce Thompson Arboretum. It's like a tree thing, I guess. According to the Superior Police Department, no foul play is suspected in his death. But here's the crazy part. Larkin's death came a week before the scheduled start of his criminal trial in federal court. In 2018, prosecutors charged Larkin and New Times co-founder Michael Lacey with a host of crimes related to the former ownership of Backpage, the now defunct online classified ad site. You remember how crazy Backpages.com was?
They were part of that shit?
Yes. Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. And it just took me down this rabbit hole. It says Lacey and a ragtag collective of Arizona State University students launched the paper as the Arizona Times on June 9th, 1970. It was their response to the Kent State massacre that May and the anti-war movement sweeping across college campuses. Larkin, who grew up in Phoenix, introduced himself to Lacey with a handwritten note outlining the history of the local power structure in 1972. That's when Lacey invited Larkin, a waiter at the time, to join the paper. So this made me want to look more into it. And so, I want to know, like, did he kill himself because there was something coming out?
That's obvious. It seems very likely,
Yeah.
But the Night Times was like when we were growing up, man, because we were so much into music and the bands coming to town, and was it before the internet? That was the internet.
Counterculture.
That was kind of our internet, bro. That was our internet.
They were free, and you looked for them every time you went to a Circle K or 7-Eleven. Every time.
And you go immediately to the back section or the music section, and you fucking see what bands are coming to town. You check out all the clubs. Hopefully there's a cool article on a band. Yeah, that was the shit, dude.
Yeah.
And we actually pulled the... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
It's got me interested. The same thing you said was the first thing I thought, like, did he really start all the New Times?
Yeah. I want to kind of figure that out too, dude.
Let us know if you have a paper called the New Times in your city, the LA New Times, the Phoenix New Times, or just the New Times. They're usually given away free, and they were thick at one point. I mean, we have a great
Do they still
story.
give them out now? Are they still out there? Yeah, no, we got to get into that.
I saw him at Chris Martin's outside of
really?
Hempel Farms, I think. Yeah. JLS Comics says they were great for packing boxes when I moved a few times. Yep.
So we actually pulled one of the best scams ever on. I don't know if we did. Would you say McDonald's or New Times?
Both.
So one day, me and McClay, and I forgot who else was with us. We're just walking, into Zia's. Right? You spend a fucking hour in there, you come out with some fucking new albums and shit. And every time you leave Zia's, what do? You grab the New Times on the way out. You grab a New Times, fucking get in the car. What slips out? A fucking McDonald's board piece with 2 free game pieces. Okay? Fucking pick that motherfucker off. It was like Connecticut or whatever, you know what I mean? Like one normal game piece, whatever. I forgot the names of them. Then the next one is a free cheeseburger. It's like, holy shit, free cheeseburger. So then we're like, ding, 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 ding. Well, if we can get a free cheeseburger in this one, and there's still like, how many were probably in there? Like 40, 50?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many they stack in there.
Yeah.
There's got to at least be fucking 10 cheeseburgers in there. So I think you went and grabbed that stack.
I grabbed the whole stack. And sure enough, not only were there cheeseburgers, there were value meals, ice creams, French fries, different types of we
went ape shit.
Who's got a truck?
So we got I don't know, it was probably like 4 of us, 4 or 5 of us.
I think we went and called up our friends. Yeah,
and like you said, like almost every restaurant, every place, every smoke shop had a New Time, so we pretty much stole every single New Times. I'd say from
Within
like
a
the
30-mile
101 to the 51 on Union, all the way to like the 10.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it filled up the whole back of my truck. I had a Ford F-150 and it was overflowing with New Times. And we ate free McDonald's that whole school year, 4 or 5 of us. And we would give them out. Anybody want free, go to McDonald's with us? We got free food. We ate value meals for free. McDonald's starts saying no to us. They started telling us, no,
Dude,
you can't use them anymore.
The best part is we took all the New Times back to Belanzia's, and then we just sat there and just pulled them all out and then divided them into bags. And so there was probably hundreds of free value meals. Dude, there was
200 ice cream
probably
cones.
at least there's probably like at least 1,000 ice cream cones. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we literally ate for free for a year, guys. McDonald's.
We would go to McDonald's and hand them out to other people. Like, hey, you want free this or free that?
It was great, dude. It was so good. We were probably like 16 or 17 at the time, I imagine. But
how did they not think that was not going to happen? You know what I mean?
Who knows, man? Who knows? I remember when I think it was Tracy or somebody's parents saw the back of the truck and was like, what the hell is going on here? You know? And then we finished and we put them all back of the truck. And then we went behind, I think like one of the local bars, I think it was Padres, and filled up their trash can with 1,000 New Times, you know?
I forgot we had to dispose of the New Times.
Yeah.
But you know what the funniest part is? Even with all those game pieces, we never got Boardwalk because it was all a scam. Have you ever seen that documentary about the McDonald's pieces?
We thought we were going to win. We were like, dude, we have like 4,000 pieces here.
We're getting a boat. We're in this fucking boat. It was like a boat or something. And then, but then there's like a documentary, I think it's on Netflix or something, about how you never had that opportunity because the people running it were just scamming it and just giving it to like their family members and shit.
Yeah.
It's a great documentary, actually.
Yeah, man. It just 2 guys, right? Scammed it. I think
it was like a group of people, I think, like a group of like 4 or 5 people, but it was just, how are you going to keep that tight? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, the New Times was not only did it have all the bands in it, it had like all the head shops in it. It had all the escorts in it, and then at the same time it was like political, and it had these great investigative, stories in there where they would find something that Joe Arpaio did or some bullshit that's going on in the local government. You know what I mean? It was a great thing back in
even
the
better
90s.
than that, dude, was you could buy gear, like music gear. It was like a classifieds. So you go in the back and like, oh shit, these guitars are for sale or amps or whatever.
Yeah, man, that's amazing. So
I haven't even fucking grabbed a New Times, dude, in probably 15 years.
Same with me. I think I grabbed one the other day because it had an alien on it, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. They always had really good covers too, like artists doing the covers. And it was funny because it turns out one of our good buddies in high school that we were friends with, is the head advertisement guy over at the New Times, and I didn't know it for the longest time.
The guy that shot Chris Belanzia's book cover, he shoots like a lot of famous rock bands and rock artists and stuff like that. He's shot actually a shit ton of New Time covers that you
really
liked. Yeah. He's always posting about them and shit. He's cool.
Who did that? Who did Chris's cover? If you remember, let me know.
I was hoping you were gonna ask because I can't remember his name. But he's in he's in a really cool band around here too.
Okay.
But he shoots like Alice Cooper, like Trent Reznor, like the big fucking bands, dude.
Yeah.
Like he's in with all of them. Like he shoots them personally, and then he'll shoot them like when they play live and stuff. It's really cool.
We got to get him on the Bogcast.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. Fucking dude, this has to be my favorite Pee Wee scene of all time, bro.
There's Elvira. Yeah. Everybody's favorite. We all did this as kids too.
Such a good scene. Like, this is how he wins them over. R.I.P. Pee Wee, man.
Yeah. The scene that I always remember from...
I don't give a shit that he beat off in a porn theater.
Yeah. My favorite scene that I always remember from Pee Wee is when he's telling the girl, I'm a rebel, Dolly. You know? Like, you
I don't know.
want to be around with people like me.
That one guy, that really tough guy.
Yeah, no, when he's talking to his girlfriend, she's like, Pee Wee, he's like, you don't want to be my girlfriend, Dolly. I think her name was Dolly. I'm a rebel.
One scene that always sticks out to me my whole life for some reason is I forgot that character name, that really rough guy, and they're just driving, it's at nighttime, and he sees the sign, and it's like, you know, it's a little turny, and then each time they see a sign, it gets spinnier and spinnier, and then before you know it, they're just flying off the cliff, and they're like,
I think that was Jimmy Smits that played that character.
Oh yeah, it was Jimmy Smits. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
All right, here's
and
the
then
scene.
They're
dude.
saved by the what do you call it? The top.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
My horn ready yet?
Yeah, it's ready. Should be loud enough for you now.
Where
Can
is
you get louder?
Yeah. Well, let me go louder for some
That's
reason.
good. That's good. I can hear you.
Wait, I want to talk to you first.
You are talking to me.
No, I want your undivided attention. Look, Pee-wee, this is important. There's someone I want to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know if you'll do something.
What?
I want to know if you'll go someplace with me.
Like where?
The drive-in.
Look, Daddy, I like you. I like you.
That's the thing. I like you too.
Daddy! There's a lot of things about me you don't know anything about, Daddy. Things you wouldn't understand. Things you couldn't understand. Things you shouldn't understand.
I don't understand.
You don't want to get mixed up with a guy like me. I'm a loner, Daddy. Rebel.
He takes his horn.
He's so good, dude. This whole movie is just... I'm gonna watch it after this, bro.
I know. I'm gonna watch it tonight too, bro.
It's Tim Burton. I mean, you know, it's like one of his first big movies that he did. He's a genius, dude. The black gum.
The black gum. Oh my god, bro! That was, as a kid, that we
was
all
so
wanted
fucking
to pull
funny,
that
bro.
off.
You wanted to
Yeah.
get that. Yeah, you wanted that. You're like, where do you get that? I used to
Yeah,
look for that
dude.
shit, like magic shops, you know, and shit like that.
To me, that time period was such a great time period because when I think of like Pee-wee's Big Adventure, I think of Garbage Pail Kids, because I remember searching for Garbage Pail Kids, and I was opening Garbage Pail Kids when we went and saw the movie, and it was just such a... And that scene when he's talking about when he gives him the gun, I remember opening third series Garbage Pail Kids in the theater, watching that scene when he's eating the gum, like
Shit.
yesterday, dude.
Yeah. And then that opening sequence of just his house is so creative. Just like the
Yes.
breakfast being made and all that.
Yeah.
You can go,
dude.
The exterior house shots, there's actually a real house in California that you can go to that people like were walking by and putting flowers in the fence and shit, because it's where they would do the exteriors of the
cool.
house and shit.
That's
It's just,
awesome.
it's like a different color, but
Yeah,
you
he
can
had the Rube
totally tell.
Goldberg machine. That was the first
Yeah,
time I ever
dude.
saw a Rube Goldberg machine.
Wait, what is it?
So there's this guy named Rube Goldberg. He was an artist, and he used to do these cartoons in magazines, right? And so they're called Rube Goldberg machines, and he would always do these funny things, you know, where it had like different things to cause the motion.
Oh yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So like,
yeah. The intro. Yeah, I get what you were saying. I didn't know it was called that.
yeah. So he has, and these are all like, you know, this is a Rube Goldberg machine, and I loved that as a kid so much that I went, and here's one of them. Look, I went and found a bunch of the originals. I have these as originals, and I'm gonna frame them.
Whoa.
Yeah. Not the originals like the ones he drew, but the originals from the 60s
No, I know
or
what you mean.
50s,
Yeah, that's so
40s.
dope.
1940 is when this one came out, and I have them. You know, I bought them. They're big, and I'm gonna frame them and put them up because I
Yeah,
thought
that's
that
sick.
Rube Goldberg machine is kind of like an engineering thing. You know, engineers always talk about, you know, we're always creating Rube Goldberg machines and shit like that, and then at the same time, the Pee-wee. It's just. And remember Mousetrap, the game Mousetrap?
Oh yeah.
Reminds
You
me
know
of
what though?
Mousetrap.
It always sucked. Like something like a piece was missing or something didn't work. Like remember when like pieces were missing when games and
know, I
shit? Like
hated
that shit
that.
sucked. Like I never got like a good like version of Mousetrap. Like it was always fucked. Something was fucked up. You know, it was just a pain in the
Yeah.
ass to play it.
Yeah. You've been watching this whole Nate Diaz, Jake Paul stuff.
Yeah, I want to watch it. You know,
I think all this shit's fake. I mean,
well, it's definitely fake, but they're gonna really like box. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think Jake Paul has a good shot, honestly, dude. Because
aren't they supposed to wrestle too, or they're supposed to box and wrestle or something? I thought there was talk about that.
I don't know. Jake Paul's just a genius at selling fights, dude. He knows how to do it.
Yeah, he's good at being the bad guy.
And Nate Diaz, like I've been watching him, like you can tell. There's a YouTube video of Jake Paul his training regimen, dude. It's absolutely insane, dude. It's like next level, like the shit that he's doing, and you can tell Nate Diaz isn't taking it as serious. So
yeah,
it's going to be interesting. I want Nate Diaz to win because I love Nate Diaz so much, but he's just getting, it's just a payday for him. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Good. Give him a payday.
Good for him. Yeah, good for him. Like he doesn't. I don't think he honestly really cares what happens, dude.
Yeah.
But I think it's funny that Bradley Martin dude like acting like he can take people and shit just because he fucking knows how to lift weights. I showed Jordan this crazy match earlier with this guy who was like this big, huge buff dude, and it was actually Conor McGregor's trainer, and he just completely just destroyed him with one of the most beautiful jiu-jitsu I've ever seen in my life.
Conor McGregor?
No, his one of his coaches. I need to find. Oh, here it is, right here.
Yeah, show it. I want to see
this, bro. This is fucking beautiful, dude.
Conor McGregor's coach submitting the bodybuilder.
Bodybuilder picks him up. Watch this.
Triangle. Yep.
That's unfucking believable.
Yeah. That's the thing you have to be worried about with small guys is that, you know, they're always going to figure out a way to submit you. But I understand what Bradley Martin's saying, because you got people like Brock Lesnar, who's just so strong and so powerful that he can just pick you up and slam you down and knock you out.
Or what's that guy's name? The guy gets Mike. My balls were hot.
Oh yeah, that guy. That guy's funny.
He just fought on hang on. He just fought on Saturday. And
Derek
destroyed with a fucking opening knee.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah. And he took off his shorts. He told his girl, "I'm coming home."
Yeah. But he says he doesn't know how to do jiu-jitsu, man. He's just strong. Like anytime anyone tries to submit him, he's like, you just stand up, and he just gets up and stands up, and he's so big no one can do anything about it. Oh yeah, Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis,
yeah. Yeah. You put out a good Twitter post about the whole thing with
he's a warrior. He's been, put on some of the greatest fights in the history of the MMA. He has an amazing fan base, obviously.
Where you're like, is this a panic attack or is he just bored?
Oh, yeah. Honestly, that's an honest question.
Because it looks like a panic attack, dude.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I honestly
maybe
think so too.
He didn't have enough weed on him or something. He needed to get high real quick. He looks so much like Nick right there in that picture behind him.
I know.
He's like, I'll be right back.
Yeah, play that again, dude. Chat, what do you think of this? Is this a panic attack?
It looks like it.
Fan base, obviously people love him for a reason, and I know he's coming to bring a war. That's what it says, ready for fucking war. And I think the fans are the ones who get to win the most out of all of this.
Yeah, that's a panic. To me, that's what it looks
Yeah.
like. This is where
Doesn't
I'm
that
at.
look like
I wouldn't be
Nick
doing it.
behind him? That looks so much like Nick's face.
That would be funny if
rather
it
than
was
me.
Nick.
Yeah, I know.
Don't want to back down. And,
Did you see that shit today from the press conference? Some dork challenged him or was talking shit, and he's like, "Come up here on stage." Like, what the fuck? Like, who is that guy? Who is that guy?
Yeah. And then I saw where they got in a big fight. Their security teams got in a big fight or something.
Fake.
Fake.
That's all
Yeah.
fake, dude.
So fake.
They're fake. That's all fake,
Yeah.
dude. For sure. Oh shit! But you know what's not fake? Actually, you know, I don't. There's only a few things I take pride in myself with, dude. And one of them is I feel like I have a good intuition about people. Like I feel like if I meet somebody, I could kind of just get a good feel, like a good vibe, whether they're going to be a good person or not. Like there's a few people that we've known where, like I've met somebody, I'm like, man, this motherfucker is weird, right? And then you know exactly what I'm talking about. They supported the show for a while, and it was just hard not to be nice to them because they were so just like over supportive. And then you find out how fucking weird they are, and you're like, I fucking knew it this whole fucking time, right?
Yeah.
Guess what, bro? I fucking knew it about Lizzo, bro. Did you see that shit? I fucking knew it about Lizzo.
You called it. Yeah,
I
you
fucking called it, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure, bro.
I gotta look this. You guys gotta check this shit out.
So for those of you guys that don't know, Lizzo has been
You know what's funny about this shit, man? Okay, so Lizzo dancer lawsuit, sexual harassment allegations briefly explained. So I have some clips of the actual dancers talking about the things that she did. And I have to be honest, they are kind of fucking, you know, whack jobs within themselves. But this is what's funny about all this wook shit is if you slip up once, they will eat you fucking alive. And that's exactly what's happening right now.
Yep.
Hang on, let me pull this up really quick.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing, you guys. Once you there's a big scandal going on in the YouTube community with this this YouTube channel called Mega something, where basically they changed they pivoted to a woke. They changed from being a really edgy like YouTube channel to creating content for the far left, basically, is the best way to put it. And as soon as that happens, you're setting yourself up for failure, because I don't care what anybody says. And remember, guys, I could give a fuck about being right or left, but I don't care what anybody says. The left eats its people alive.
Every time, dude.
Yeah, they will turn on you in a second. Yeah, even if they're your biggest fans, they will turn on you in a second because they don't care about those things. For some reason, they don't care about being a person or loyalty or making mistakes and redemption. They don't care. It's sad.
So Lizzo's been accused of like fat shaming. I'm not joking, dude. And then I guess making the dancers eat bananas out of vaginas.
Yeah, dude. Hazing, basically.
Yeah, check this.
Was I pressured to touch a nude performer? Yes. Was I brought into a private meeting where I was kind of interrogated about my personal matters and ended up having to share very personal things about myself regarding my weight? Yes. Were we pressured to do an excruciatingly long rehearsal that turned into a re-audition for the job that we already booked because apparently we weren't doing good enough? Yes, that is true. Did I unfortunately go to the bathroom on myself on one stage because I was so terrified? Yes.
You allege
that
Lizzo intended to hit you at one point after you resigned. Do you really think that she was going to resort or could resort to physical violence?
She actually balled up her fist like this to me. She started cracking her knuckles, and she was like, "You're so effing lucky that basically I'm not going to hit you." Her best friend, who's also one of the dancers, had to jump out of the couch and physically hold her back from coming and hitting me. So yes, I do believe that if she wasn't held back by that dancer, she would have hit me.
This morning, Lizzo responded to the lawsuit on Instagram, writing, in part, "These sensationalized stories are coming from former employees who have already publicly admitted that they were told their behavior on tour was inappropriate and unprofessional. I take my music and my performances seriously because at the end of the day, I only want to put out the best art that represents me and my fans. With passion comes hard work and high standards."
Was I pressured?
Wow.
I don't know, man. People sue for whatever nowadays, but one of the accusations that they didn't talk about is I guess there's something in Amsterdam where you go to this event and you can eat bananas out of vaginas and shit. And then there's an old radio show of Lizzo talking about it. So check this out.
I go to the show where you eat the banana out the. Which one is that?
This is the banana bar.
Oh, that's the banana bar?
Yeah,
and they have the banana in the coochie?
And ping pong balls.
And you have to go.
Yes.
That's what I want to do.
Then you have to eat it.
I need my potassium, if you know what I'm saying. My poos potassium. But I'm
Trying to get a reaction vid out of you, McClay.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, man. Again, just goes to show you that they will eat you alive the first second they have. And by apologizing, if she comes out and apologize, I will give her credit if she comes out and like, you know what, it wasn't that fucking bad, da 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 da, you know, that type of thing. But she's probably going to come out and apologize, and this is my mistake, and this and that, and boom, now you're just setting yourself up for more. You're going to be canceled again in the future.
Yeah, yeah, you can apologize to them, dude. Yeah, there's no apology. No apology.
If you never apologize for a cancellation. You know, there's obviously there's different forms of cancellation, but for the most part, these cancellations are the dumbest shit that they try to cancel people for. You know what I mean? It's so stupid. You know, don't get me wrong. Like Kevin Spacey and shit's a different type of thing. Like if there's proved sexual assault and
he got let go of all that shit.
Yeah, I know, but
I mean, I don't know anything about that. That's just, you know, what happened. I'm just saying what happened. But it says here that she is accused of fat shaming and pressuring dancers to partake in sex shows and sexually degenerating acts. So I don't know what the fuck, dude. I just think it's completely ironic that she's all about body positivity
and then she's fat shaming.
That's just the funniest shit in the world to me, dude. Because
you know what, bro?
I've been making fun of that forever. Like that's my only problem with her. You know what I mean? When Adele was overweight and she was singing, she didn't fucking make it about like, you know what I mean? She just kept it about the art and the fucking music and shit. She wasn't flaunting all of that shit. And then she lost the weight and they actually tried to, tried to cancel her for, it's almost over, dude. Remember that when she lost weight, they tried to cancel her for that. They're like, what the fuck? So you can't win.
Well, here's a rant.
Oh,
it goes along with this whole thing.
Okay.
And it goes along with this whole thing.
Oh, we need the music. Hang on.
So
hang on.
Last night on one of our shows, we talked about a. You want to turn it down?
I'm turning it down. I did.
Okay. So last night on my Beyond Wednesday show, we talked about a famous comic book creator named Donny Cates that has basically dropped off the face of the earth. He used to have a drug problem, and everybody was, you know, assuming that he kind of fell back into drugs. Well, we don't know if that happened or not, but what did come out is that he got into a car accident and got really fucked up, and he put out these, you know, pictures of him getting fucked up, and he can't remember the last 6 months, you know. So we talked about it, right? And of course there was joking around and people laughing and, you know, telling, you know, stories, this and that. And all of a sudden people are like, that was so wrong. I'm completely disgusted by the things that you guys said about this. here's the thing, you guys, and it goes along with this Lizzo shit. You know, she's all about body positivity, but she's fat shaming behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, you guys, everybody's edgy. Everybody's edgy with their friends. They make dark humor jokes. We joke and we laugh when we're in a joint circle, and we're cracking jokes. Everybody's edgy, but then in front of everybody else, half those people that are edgy behind the scenes, they put on a fake face.
You know why? Because
says.
they because they don't want to get canceled, so they put on this fucking fake shit. And I realize with a lot of it, dude, it's just like an online persona, because I'll see these people, I'm like, holy shit, like they're posting a lot of pretty wild shit, and then you see them in person and they don't even seem anything like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You're like, what the fuck?
Edgy, dark
like,
humor, laughing. Shit. Yeah, I
wish I could fucking say one of the persons right now, because it's like a perfect example of just someone who's extremely like far left online, and you're like, holy shit. But then in person, they're laughing at the darkest shit. Like, you're like, holy shit. And you're like, I thought you were gonna, like, if I posted that online, you would be the person that canceled me for like what we're talking about right now.
How many gay men how many gay men that you've been friends with are super edgy about their gay men jokes?
Oh, for sure. And they say that's gay. No, they'll be like, oh, that's gay. That's gay and shit. You know what I mean? Like they don't give a shit, dude.
So I don't know what to say anymore when it comes to that stuff. I don't necessarily mean, it to call them posers, like, but they kind of are. You're being a poser.
No,
I just feel like
I do.
Everybody's gotta be, they say things for the camera, and I don't know, man.
But you know what, dude?
You're catch-22.
If you could bounce around and play that game or whatever, but how liberating is it to not worry about that and just say whatever? Like, it does suck. Like, we kind of have to do it just because of fucking how lame YouTube is with all their bullshit. But I mean, I'm willing to take the strike right now because we're at 0. You know what I mean? So it's like we're kind of just gambling. But
yeah. There's where's that cliff? Says Chad Cave. We're getting ready to jump off of it. Yeah, that's the truth, though, man. Like, that saying. There's that saying that I like to say that I heard. I forget who said it, but the first step to being honest is just not lying. Right? Just quit lying. The first step to being an honest person, just don't lie.
That's was my number one thing when I got sober, especially like, you have to fix and mend all these relationships and shit. I realized like I'm just gonna be honest no matter what, even if it hurts somebody in a way because I'm telling them the truth. That's gonna even better them. You know what I mean? And shit like that.
You don't have to follow your lies with other lies and remember them.
Oh, when you're a drug addict, that's the entire
game.
Yeah, you're just like caught up in all these crazy fucking bullshit shenanigans and lies, and it just gets like, it's just
it's the one after the other. And I've come to find out that, again, most people behind the scenes are edgy. They make jokes, this and that. And I don't know, man.
What episode is this? Can I watch this? Or
it was last night.
A bunch of people are butthurt.
Yeah.
Are you talking about like just people that were fans of that guy or something, or just?
People.
What did you say that was so edgy?
I don't think I said anything, but I'm not sure. Basically, we cracked jokes on this guy for a little bit, but I think for the most part, as a matter of fact, I remember ending the thing being like, you know what? I hope this guy comes back even stronger than ever, and he comes back and writes the best fucking comics. You know what? I'm a Donny Cates. The guy's name's Donny Cates. I'm a Donny Cates fan now because I want to see him come back even harder than ever and just write the best comics. I'm rooting for him now.
What happened to him again? What, he fell off?
He fell off. He kind of dropped off all the comics he was writing, and kind of nobody heard anything. There was like people taking over his writing duties, his artists taking over his writing duties. And he had been very open in the past that he had trouble with drugs,
mental health and shit. Yeah.
Mental health. Yeah. So we're like, everybody started thinking, and by the way, people weren't saying this on shows when I first heard it. Guess where where I was hearing it? At cons, standing outside, bullshitting, drink at the bar with people at cons. oh, did you hear Donnie Cates didn't make it? Da, da, da. You know what I mean? Everybody talks about that way behind the scenes. And if they act like they don't, I'm sorry. I just don't believe it.
So someone just made an edgy joke about it.
Yeah, somebody probably.
But
I think
I know you better than anybody, dude, and I know that you enjoy, and because I do, a good comeback story more than anything in the world. Those are our favorite fucking kind of people. I think that's why you know we're still good friends right now, is because you know we both came back from crazy shit and we can relate about that. So
Yeah,
I
you want to
fucking
root for that.
I root for that motherfucker too. Like, yeah, man, when you fucking go down and shake
That
the
dark
devil's
hole.
hand
Yeah.
and you tell him fuck you and then bounce, like that's pretty admirable, dude. Like,
Yeah.
so
And
I hope,
I even said
yeah.
that, I think, during the show. I was like, listen, a lot of us here, including myself, have been in the situation he's in with drugs and stuff. And you know, I'm rooting for him because of that.
And
So
sometimes that feels great art.
yeah. Yes, you're right. You're right. It's
Just good
unfortunate to
drugs
say
and
that. I mean, I
yeah.
remember being, dude, this is going to sound really bad, but I remember being a kid and learning about, not a kid, a teenager, learning about like all the people that, you know, were on heroin, putting out the greatest stuff, you know, and creating the greatest art and music and this and that. I was like, I got to try heroin. You know what I mean? Like, it's a crazy thing to say that, but
Well, it was actually crazier than that, dude. I don't know if you remember in high school, like we always talked about the goal of trying almost like every drug, just to try it. Like back then, there wasn't as many. There wasn't like bath salts and all the crazy shit they have now. It was like your basics, you know what I mean? But like even like meth, remember, like we were like, let's just try it. We did like meth for 2 days.
Yeah.
You know, we're like, oh, it was fun, but no, you know what I mean?
I don't like
Like,
uppers.
yeah. The uppers suck. I think we just like chatted for like 2 days.
Straight, yeah. I was talking for fucking 30 hours. But that's what I mean. Like, you know, again, honesty, right? And I just, it's very easy to smile and
Do
put
you
on
think
a
this
fake
guy's gonna
face.
see it or something? Or
Oh, I don't care if he does.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Again, I'm
Do you know
rooting
the
for
funniest
him.
part about that is he'd probably think it's funny.
Oh yeah.
And everyone else
yeah.
that's butthurt. People get butthurt over it. You know what I mean? And usually the person doesn't even offended.
Yeah. I think that I think that nowadays with social media, too many people get offended over the smallest, dumbest shit, that think that what people are saying is offensive, when 90% of the time people are just cracking jokes. You know what I mean? And you can't get offended over jokes. But that being said, you also can't say, oh, it's just a joke, when it's not a joke. Like, there's a difference, right? But for the most part, you can tell when people are just cracking jokes.
Jokes are funny.
Jokes are funny. Yes.
Jokes are funny.
You got it.
Actually, speaking of jokes are funny, this isn't really a joke, but dude, I probably watched this about 50 times.
Oh.
And this is becoming legendary. And I just wanted to show this right before. I don't know if you have a UFO report, but I just wanted to show this before we get into it,
All
just to kind of bring some laughter to the stream.
I love this, bro.
You saw this?
Yeah.
So there's a Boston police officer was hurt after tumbling down a children's slide at the newly renovated playground at City Hall Plaza. Careful wearing polyester on Buffalo Steel. Guys, chat. If you, this is...
Oh, fuck. Why was it so... Oh, fuck. Why was it so...
Have you seen the one where they reverse it and he gets sucked up in there?
Oh my god, I've seen so many, dude. Oh my god, there's a lot of like really good memes of this. You know, like people saying like, I can't even think of them, but yeah, people are getting really creative with this. But now like content creators are like going down to the slide and trying it.
Hearing him bang all the way down was hilarious too.
Oh my god, he got fucked up.
What do you think he was thinking going down that? Like, oh, this is just going to be a funny little...
I saw some other videos and like little kids were going down it pretty decently slow, I think, and it says no adults. So like, what the fuck was he doing? He was working. He was in his police uniform. You're just gonna go down this crazy slide?
Why? Because of this guy who went down the slide looking like Woody just found out Andy's coming.
Like a big bag of ice falling out of a vending machine.
Are you going to film it?
Yeah, it's content.
If you didn't film the death slide, like, did you even go on it?
No, I would have died. Yeah. I didn't film it.
You want me to watch your bag?
Yes, please. That would be great.
That's Eric from Berkeley.
Stuff in there.
Is there anything that could get me arrested in there?
You might say he effed around
He gets kind of fucked up.
and found out.
I see how that happened. Wow, that hurt a lot more than I expected.
What hurts the most?
My tailbone at the moment. Like, I got scratched right there.
That's from the slide just now?
From the slide just now.
Then he went around peer pressuring others to get the adrenaline high.
You have to know that it's going to hurt a little bit and just let it happen.
That's when I bumped into my Instagram friend and influencer extraordinaire, Elena Pinto, who kindly agreed to film my attempt despite the best efforts of parents
Kids only. I don't know if you saw the sign.
and children at the top of the slide.
5 through 12.
You're too old to go down there.
No, the Boston police did it.
I love kids. They're so honest.
But I did not have the thrilling Luke Skywalker in a garbage chute experience that was advertised.
I got stuck. High five.
Kind of underwhelming.
Yeah.
I had to crawl down that like a dog wiping his butt on a carpet. What do you?
Anyway, I gotta watch it like 2 more times, dude. Because it's just so
Yeah, dude,
fucking
it's
good.
so funny. The one where he's getting sucked up and there's like a news story about it.
Well, they showed it sucked up on that one. Is it this one?
A Boston police officer was injured after going down a slide at City Hall while he was on duty. The Boston Police
This is a CNN story. I even commented
department
the fact
said
that they're
the
covering
officer
this is
required
hilarious in
medical
itself.
assistance, but he didn't miss any
Like
work
what?
time. When asked about the incident, Mayor Michelle Wu said she didn't know the circumstances, but said she would check whether more signs were needed around the slide.
Oh my god,
See, look at
dude.
look at those guys are going down normal.
More signs are needed because of this.
Mayor's
Come
office
on.
stated that there's signage on the playground that states it is designed only for children to use.
Dude, this is shit for like a stoner podcast, like the Bogcast, not CNN. That's hilarious, dude. That's a CNN story.
Shout out to Hartman. He says City Hall calls for the arrest of ass beating slide.
That's fucking funny.
Breaking news: Mayor inserts foot into policeman's asshole. Slide has a history of domestic. Slide has a history of domestic abuse.
That's the thing. I think it's brand new. They just like redid it or whatever.
Oh my god! Did he have a broken arm?
I don't know. Actually, I saw a thing that said he actually went to work and didn't have any injuries, but I don't know. I'm not really sure. But if he had a broken arm, I mean, dude, he gets fucked up.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like,
I can't
he had to have. He probably went head first, like really fast.
No, he came out feet first.
Oh
remember,
yeah,
upside
duh,
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I think
So like, how did he turn around like that in there? Did he must have jumped down it? You know what I mean? Like how you kind of grab it and go and throw yourself down it, and he kind of turned around while he was in there or something. I don't know. That's crazy, bro. That slide gets 1 hour of community service every day.
Oh my god!
Dude. Did his gun fly out with him? Dude, that would have been crazy.
No,
if
I
he didn't
think
have
it
his
was
gun
like
holstered.
I think if something hit the ground, but I don't think it was. I don't think it was that.
JLS Comics says, imagine having to explain that to your other cop friends. Can you imagine all the shit he's getting
Dude,
from all
he's
the
in
other
so
cops?
many videos that have millions and millions of views. Like, that would suck. To have a video of
Yeah,
you going
dude.
down a slide just getting fucked up. But then again, why is he doing that?
Yeah. He was just probably, that was like, he thought it was like, oh, this is going to be a good thing for the kids to see that cops are good guys. I understand it. I get it. You know what I mean? It was probably like, you know how you see those cops having like dance offs with kids, or they play basketball with kids, you know, and that type of thing. He probably thought it was like a community outreach type thing. Yeah, he's going to have to eat a frozen banana out of a vagina.
Oh, God. All right,
Dude, frozen bananas are gross.
I absolutely love bananas, dude.
Bananas are good, but not
I eat-
frozen.
I eat probably 5 or 6 a day. Not just necessarily eating them, but like in shakes and smoothies and shit.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed. I have one more quick video to show you, and then we'll do the UFO report if that's cool, because this is
Yeah,
pretty funny.
Yeah.
It says apparently the president of Somali Athletics sent his untrained niece to compete at an international track competition in China, and I love it because it shows how well a normal person would do at the Olympics. Dude, check this out, dude. This is ridiculous.
This is real?
This is real, bro. They should do this for all pro sports.
好的，选手出发。小马莫郎现在的领先还是比较有优势的，石川优在这个阶段逐渐开始掉队了。小马莫郎处在第一位，率先撞线，全力的去冲啊！这一枪11秒58。
Dude, they still don't show her.
到最后似乎想收着劲儿跑，但是已经收不住。
Did she stop? Oh my god, dude. That is ridiculous, bro. You know what's going to be funny, dude? People are going to talk about that like this. What is going on here? This is ridiculous. Da, 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 da. That's the same feeling when men compete in women's sports.
Oh,
it's the same type of thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's so out
that
of
that one swimmer just got banned from swimming.
Good.
Yeah, totally.
Good. That's fucked up.
Anyway, I don't know. Did you have some shit for the UFO? I can hit the UFO.
I have a couple interesting things.
Okay, cool.
I have
Sweet.
a couple
Let's
interesting
continue.
things.
Cool.
Yeah.
Did you ever tell me what strain you were hitting?
My strain is Cap Junkie. Let us know, you guys, what strain. I don't think we did the what strain that we got into the stuff immediately. So
pull it up.
Shout out to everybody out there. Let us know what strain you are smoking. And we love funny strain names too. So let us know. I'm still smoking on the Cap Junkie. As a matter of fact, I just got done rolling my smoker for after this UFO report. We'll take our quick little break and start our smoke session. So shout out to Nova J. It says ice cream cake. Nice. I like ice cream cake.
Yeah, I had that last week. I'm actually hitting on this Delato or Dostilado. I think I had this on here a few weeks ago, but it's a indica cross of Dosi Dos and Gelato number 41. So
nice.
It's pretty stony, dude.
Yeah, there was a couple other people that mentioned their strains, I think, early on in the show. I'm trying to go back to find them, but yeah, Cap Junkie is what I am smoking on. It's 34%, which is excellent.
Damn.
Yeah, for 50, I think it was 50 for a half. So
it's not bad.
No, it's not bad for 34%. Yeah.
Yeah, not
smoking a Dosi Dos Fino myself. Look at that. There you go.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Nova J says smoking on some spicy hot lamby nipple chops and mint pickle sour sauce.
What?
I don't know. I like it though. I like it. Yeah, I'm with you, Chad.
Jankum?
Yeah.
You know
Jankum,
Jankum
get
is?
out of here. Yeah, that shit's so funny. I can't believe people actually believe that shit.
What do you mean?
That was never real. That was fake. That was a joke, and people and news stories started running with it.
You don't think people really made Jankum?
I think they did, but not originally to get high off of. I think they thought they were going to get high off of it when people were joking about it. So we could pull up the news story.
Yeah, pull that up. Is Jankum real?
Yeah. All right. So there's only a couple of interesting UFO report things this week. We're still kind of waiting, playing the waiting game about the skiffs and everything with Grush. But supposedly there was quite a few Congress people that were allowed in the skiff and talked to them, and I have a list of those people. So very interesting. But to me, this is one of the biggest things. This fucking guy, man, check this out.
3 UFO whistleblowers. They testified before the House Oversight Committee this week. Here's a bit of that. Watch.
Did you have any personal knowledge of people who have been harmed or injured in efforts to cover up or conceal these extraterrestrial technology?
Yes. Personally.
Have anyone been murdered that you would think that you know of? or have heard of, I guess?
I have to be careful asking that question. I directed people with that knowledge to the appropriate authorities.
Do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries. Yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human.
And was this documentary evidence, this video, photos, eyewitness? Like, how would that be determined?
The specific documentation I would have to talk to you in a skiff about.
John, you and I have spoken about this in the past. This is pretty extraordinary stuff. Unidentified flying objects have been seen.
Listen to what this asshole says.
Biologics have shown non-human body parts, and people may have been murdered because they tried to hide this. What can you tell us as the former director of national intelligence?
Well, Maria, you and I had a conversation more than 2 years ago about this as I left my position as the director of national intelligence. And I said, look, the government has more information than it's sharing. And that was, I thought that a report that was going to come out after I left would have more transparency, which was needed. Unfortunately, the Biden administration made the decision to really not reveal much. And now you end up with House Republicans having to have these public hearings to talk about more of this information. I will say this, I believe there should be more transparency on this issue, but not full transparency. I mean, the primary role of the federal government is to provide for the common defense. And, we don't share all national security information with the American people. But the government should have done a better job of putting out some of the things that you and I talked about, that I said, look, there are things that we can't explain, and that there are more sightings than are being reported. And, had the government managed this a little bit better, it wouldn't be as controversial.
Motherfucker, you were in the government. You were in that position. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell, bro? Come on. I know it might seem crazy, but you were there, dude. Come on. Like, you are the government. That shit pisses me off so much. Here's the list of all the people. So members of the 118th Congress, that says right here, Grush provided 11 plus hours of classified testimony to the Senate Select Committee on Intel. These are the people who are now operating with full knowledge of his whistleblower complaint. What are they doing? If they've left government, where are they now? And he shows all of them. Look at this. I mean,
damn.
You know what I mean? So contact your congressman if they're on this list and say you want to know what's going on out there. You know what I mean? It's crazy. So here's the other asshole. There's another asshole, right? Check out this guy. This guy is a complete fucking asshole. This is Representative Mike Turner. Turner from Ohio. He represents the 10th District of Ohio, Montgomery, Greene, and Clark counties. If this guy is your representative, you need to call him and tell him he's an asshole. Watch this.
He looks like an asshole.
Trouble Show coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada. Republican Congressman Mike Turner had this to say about UFO whistleblower David Grush, who recently testified at the House Oversight Committee hearing.
Maria, I always love it when you have somebody who comes forward and testifies about things that they don't know anything about. I mean, the most, I think, striking aspect of all of the testimony was repeatedly over and over again, the whistleblowers had to say, actually, I don't have any knowledge of this. Somebody else told me that. I mean, really, this would take thousands and thousands of people for such an unbelievable cover-up to be occurring. And for people to speak with such confidence over something that they do not know is, I think, something certainly everybody needs to be concerned about.
Are you trying to say that these people don't know what they're talking about because they didn't because Grush didn't witness anything? He talked to all the witnesses. And here's the other thing. What he's talking about is, if you remember, they asked the two pilots stuff, and the pilots didn't know anything about, they were just operators. Graves says multiple times, I'm just an operator. The people that are supposed to be doing the investigation are people like Grush. You know what I mean?
He talked to like 40 of them, right?
Yeah, yeah.
People.
Yeah, and he's trying to say that these people are not, they don't. Anyway, so check this out. This is New pressure mounts on House Intelligence Chairman following dismissive and baffling approach to credible and urgent UFO whistleblower allegations. They're talking about Representative Mike Turner and what he's saying. And this is what it says here. David Grush responds to Mike Turner's comments on Fox News, characterizing him as, quote, somebody who comes forward and testifies about things that they don't know anything about. This guy's such an asshole for saying that. David Grush comes out and says, I personally briefed House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence Staff Director at the time. It's General's Counsel and Congressman Turner's personal staffer. Congressman Turner has not followed up with me, and based on his public statements, it appears he has not asked for any briefing on my testimony or has failed to ask the Intelligence Community's Inspector General for more information. So guess what, Mike Turner? You don't know anything. You don't know who the person you're talking about is. He contacted you. You could talk to him. You have a chance to talk about the person that you said he doesn't know anything.
This is kind of expected. I mean, with all of this happening, there's obviously a big group of people behind the scenes just absolutely freaking out, right? And I was kind of interested to see like what kind of was going to happen. I didn't think they were going to just
try and
be this upfront about it. Like,
look at this. This is David Grush's resume. Okay, this is the guy he's saying doesn't know anything and sounds like he doesn't know what he's talking about. He has multiple security clearances, active top secret SCI with CI and LS polygraph, additional language abilities. He speaks German. Objective. This is his resume. As a senior intelligence and strategic engagement advisor, I will provide subject matter expert level support that utilizes my extensive time as a United States Air Force intelligence officer, Department of Defense contracted science and engineering technical advisor, and national and NGA senior geospatial intelligence officer. Here's his key competencies. Space domain awareness, DoD IC integration, OSD NSC executive support, cyber program evaluation, security management, nonprofit leadership. Selected accomplishments. Look at all his accomplishments, dude. And National Geospatial lead for unidentified anomalous phenomena. He talks about all this stuff he's got. Like this guy's resume.
He is probably more stacked than the guys who are talking.
Exactly. His experience, May 2023 to present, CEO of the Soul Foundation, November 21st to April 2023, senior Geo-Ints Capabilities Requirements Officer, National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, April 2020, key employee augment U.S. Air Force Academy. It just keeps going. This guy's resume, like you said, Keith, is more stacked than that Mike Turner assholes. And
well, what do you think is compelling them to do that? Is it just because they were asked that on the air, or do they have an agenda where they're just trying to really discredit?
I think they have an agenda. I think that there's probably a bunch of people that are trying to.
They're like, you guys need to start getting out there and talking against us. Like, fucking get somebody. Like,
And you know who I think is probably pushing the hardest? The defense contractors, because guess what?
For sure, like Lockheed and shit.
Lockheed, yeah. If they're hiding these things, a lot of these politicians are in these defense contractors' pockets, and if you don't think they are, I'm telling you, you're wrong.
Oh no, for sure. Yeah. That's what's interesting to me. Like, I wish we knew the people that were freaking out and like what their agenda was, and like you're right, it's probably like Lockheed and. I don't know, maybe Boeing. Does Boeing have anything? Spaceships?
Well, that's supposedly they do. Supposedly that they do, but who knows? But JLS made a point about the first guy I showed you that I called an asshole, John Ratcliffe, and he says, as DNI, Director of National Intelligence, John Ratcliffe could have declassified all the stuff he's talking about. Why didn't he? You know what I mean? Like, what the hell? Yeah, they're stockholders. Exactly. So there's very few politicians that I respect, yet alone trust. There's a couple of them that I'm learning to trust. This Matt Gaetz guy, I'm starting to like more and more. He's
it's only because he's into UFOs, dude.
Well, he's not only that. He's a representative. He's a congressman, and he does a show on Newsmax. Check this out.
The White House doesn't have answers, but we have to get them. I can report exclusively.
He looks like an AI. He looks like
joined Representative Tim Burchett,
the Mad Max or whatever,
Paulina Luna, and Democrat Representative Jared Moskowitz in calling on Speaker Kevin McCarthy to establish a freestanding select committee of Congress to get to the bottom of this UAP issue. Representative Moskowitz joins me in this effort, and he's with me tonight. Jarrett, we need subpoena power. We need to access secure spaces. The White House doesn't have answers, but
So
wait,
I'm
just really
starting to
quick.
like this
What was
guy.
that? Remember that character in the 80s that was like that cartoon?
Max Headroom.
Max what?
Max Headroom.
Yeah, that's who they looks like. That
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
So,
that's cool, dude. I mean, I think what's important, dude, is that more whistleblowers need to come out. Like, quit fucking around. Like, I mean, supposedly there's just, hundreds
Yeah.
and shit. So they just need to.
So Bob Lazar, I want to somehow utilize this clip in either an opening for one of our UFO report clips or something. But check this out. Bob Lazar is help filming either a documentary or a movie up in Montreal about the reactors, the reactors in the ships. And this is a little thing that got put out. Check this out.
If you had one comment to say, Bob, on this congressional hearing, what would it be? I told you so.
Right? I just want Bob Lazar saying that. I told you so. I'm so glad that he's finally starting to get more love, because they ruined this man's life big time.
Yeah, his life sucked for so long.
Yeah, he was, blackballed, and he's a very smart man and competent.
I'll take this any day, Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
My favorite cartoons of all time.
So yeah, I thought that was interesting. This is something pretty interesting right here. This is from a interview from Bill English, where he explains how a B-52 crash near Loas, I don't know how to say that, in 1970, following an encounter with a UFO, where all crew were found dead and mutilated the similar way that they mutilate cattle. Check this out, bro.
Was the crew, the entire crew, were still in their safety seats, still in their harnesses, and they were all dead.
Mutilated how?
We didn't know it at the time, but they were mutilated in what we now refer to as the classic sense of the word. Eyes were missing, sections of their faces were skinned completely away, and the bone was cleaned like white. It was white bone. Teeth, sections of the neck and throat all the way down to the esophagus. Their tongues had been removed.
So basically reminiscent of the
cattle mutilations, right. And there was no blood. And usually in a situation like that, you would expect to see blood all over the place. And in confined quarters like that, you would expect to be slipping and sliding in it. Well, we weren't any. The very fact that there wasn't any was remarkable to us. So after we spent about an hour looking through the ship, collecting dog tags and taking photographs of everything. We pulled the flight recorder out of the aircraft, and we sealed the plane and filled it with explosive charges.
Crazy, dude. Right?
Let me ask. I want to ask Chad this really quick. Chad, but people that need more proof or skeptical, which I totally believe because I'm kind of on that side too. Part of me. When you see a guy like this, like, what do you think his motives are? Or like, is he just schizophrenia? Is he like crazy? Like what? Like why is he doing that? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Do you think?
Not that
why
I think
would he
I
be
can't do
saying
that.
this
Like
if it
I do
wasn't
think
real?
it's possibilities, but I'm just curious in that.
Yeah, like why? What would be the reason for him saying this if it wasn't real? Is what you're asking, basically.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
More of it. I left Vietnam.
Oh god damn it! I hate when they do that. Hold on here.
Confined quarters like that, you would expect to be slipping and sliding in it. Well, we weren't any. The very fact that there wasn't any was remarkable to us. So after we spent about an hour looking through the ship, collecting dog tags and taking photographs of everything. We pulled the flight recorder out of the aircraft, and we sealed the plane and filled it with explosive charges. I left Vietnam in 1971 after a 2-year tour of duty there, and was sent to Germany and all. And by this time I had married, and my wife at that point was. So we took a transfer to England, where she was assigned to the dependent schools at RAF Chicksands, which is an Air Force Security Services command base, a big air listening base.
Right, so you're a civilian by this time.
I'm a civilian by this time. Okay. And I guess we'd been at Chicksands for a month, and I was at the officers club one day.
I don't think this
continues.
continues.
An old commanding.
But anyways,
this is a good point right here, actually, because I was going to bring this up. Is it this does, to me, it doesn't seem money motivated, but I don't know much about this guy. Is he making money off of this anyway?
I don't think back then they were making money off.
I know
of it
Bob
doing the
Lazar
circuit.
wasn't, like, back in the day.
Yeah.
You know,
I think there are circuits like that where people do make money, but I think for the most part, they're like selling stuff at those circuits, right? Like candy or popcorn, or, you know, like same like the comic stuff. Like you go to a Comic-Con, you see all the people selling foam swords and rocks and root beer and stuff like that at these conventions, these UFO conventions. I'm sure I've never been to one.
is that what that was? A UFO convention?
I don't know, but I think that's
Oh.
what you're talking about. That's what people in the chat are kind of talking about. It was at a let's see, a rare interview, Bill English. I don't know. He
It
doesn't
might
say
just be
where
like a
it's
regular
at.
interviews, you know, somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. It says and I read the clips. There was no like real I read all the comments where anybody was like, "Oh, that's fake, this and that." But yeah, it's just very interesting because and the reason why I brought that clip up is because, you know, there's still a lot of people that are like, "Oh, these aliens aren't bad," or, you know, and you remember the people who got this all started, one thing that they've all kind of said is that there's a malevolency going on, right? Tom DeLonge said that. Lou Elizondo said that. David Grush has come out and said that people have died, you know. Pilots, there's stories about, you know, that pilots, you know, turning on their weapons and immediately being, you know, taken out, you know, once they turn on their weapons and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's very interesting. But speaking of Tom DeLonge,
I was right about UFOs. Fuck you.
he was right about UFOs.
Interesting. Our poll last week, I asked people if they believed, you know, David Grush and Ryan Graves and what's the other dude's name?
Mm-hmm. Oh, David Fravor.
David Fravor. And it was like 60-40.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's very interesting. You know, we remember the whole plane incident that happened a few weeks ago. The lady on the plane saying, yeah, and she's like, this guy is not real, this and that.
Yeah.
He's well, I think we had another encounter on a plane of
Oh no. People are doing wild shit on planes, dude.
Oh, bro.
Like when they open the hatchet and shit, that shit's fucking scary.
How about this?
What's happening? What the fuck? What the fuck? That bitch is possessed, bro.
Possessed? Devil?
That looks like bath salts, but
bath salts or the devil?
The devil. That looks like that looks like something out of
Exorcist.
What's that Keanu Reeves movie? Yeah, or Exorcist, but
yeah, Hellraiser.
No, it's the Keanu Reeves movie. Constantine, yeah.
They're in the air when this is happening too.
That's what's crazy, dude. You're just in this tube flying in the middle of the air, and then there's this crazy bitch is acting like. I mean, it's kind of sad.
Yeah, it is, dude.
But man, just going out in public anywhere, there's all kinds of wild shit. You know, a lot of these states are lawless now. Just all these crazy robberies going on. Everyone's getting jacked.
Yeah,
people just looting stores and shit.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know how true this is, but I did see this. Breaking news: Raytheon Collins Aerospace computers were hacked. and their stock went down by 15% today because of it, I guess. So that's kind of crazy. Could you imagine what? And Raytheon is just like Lockheed and Boeing. It's another huge defense contractor. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out of that, if there's anything that comes out of that. The other thing that I thought was interesting was how crazy is it when you go to Twitter now?
Yeah, X.
The X.
It is weird, dude. Do you still
Right?
call
Isn't
it
Twitter?
No, like do you still like I tweeted, or is it like I X'd, or
Yeah, what's the name going to be? Is he changing the name too?
it's still twitter.com.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, can we talk about one of my heroes that is literally turning into one of the biggest pussies in the world?
Sure.
That being
There's a lot of that going on.
That being Mark Hamill himself.
I know, it sucks.
I love your comment, dude. Mark Hamill, final tweet till Wednesday, August 2nd, 2023. All I want to do is this. I just want to find 10,000 or 10 million plus folks, which is way more than we have, to go silent tomorrow on Twitter. Not a hoax, not a scam, just a prank to make August a little less blah. Tuesday, don't be here. I love your comment. So brave.
It's so there's nothing worse than people that I've looked at my whole life and just thought of, like, he's a childhood hero.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big
And
time.
and it's even like almost, I feel like, worse for me because I'm in that film world and I wanted to be in that world. I aspired to be in that. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to like work in that. And now like I don't even want to I don't want to work with any of those people. It's called, dude, like Ron Perlman. Have you seen his? Dude, he's so fucking funny. 3 weeks ago, he's like, I'm taking my business to Threads. Haters, stay the fuck out. And then 2 days ago, he's like, I just signed on and saw that was X. And like, and everyone's like, dude, how he's left Twitter like 50 times.
Yeah.
Like, dude, what the fuck? But you know who the absolute best follow on Twitter or X or whatever the fuck you want to call it is right now, dude? This is the absolute best follow because she's going absolutely apeshit on Twitter right now. And you know who has the worst absolute TDS in history? Motherfucking Rob Reiner.
Yeah.
Rob Reiner, every like 4 hours. I almost think like someone's like Biden's administration is like tweeting for him because it's so crazy how much of a fucking he's into that shit. But check this out. With a man involved in endless criminality, it's easy to become numbered to what is unfolding. But a former president has been indicted, arrested, and is being arraigned for attempting to destroy American democracy. This is a fucking big deal. Roseanne Barr chimes in, bro. You know what else is a big fucking deal? Your belt buckle. Bro, she's going off on everybody, dude. It's usually like super political and shit. But holy shit, dude.
She's so funny, bro.
Dude, she is so fucking funny on Twitter, bro.
Dude, I am falling in love with just reading comments again, bro. I'm just falling in love with reading comments and how funny comments are. I'll bring it up later in the show.
There's some legendary comments, dude.
But this Mark
Stephen King's another one. Stephen King sucks.
Trent Reznor
I've been bodying people for weeks now. Yeah, Trent Reznor left. You know who, John Cusack?
Yeah. So Mark Hamill, look at the comments. The first one is so great. From Donut Operator. I hate seeing my childhood heroes become little bitches. Luke Skywalker is your childhood hero, not Mark Hamill.
Yeah, I know. I actually saw that.
Point.
I know. I saw that because I thought the same thing. I was like, that is great fucking reply.
So it's just, you know what my brother said to me the other day, and it was such a good saying and such a good point. I forget what we were talking about. We were talking about how shitty it is that we're losing something, that something isn't that great anymore. And he looked at me. He goes, Brian, all good things must come to an end. And I was like, yep. Yeah.
I was saying that last week on the Bogcast. From everything I was saying, everything Greg turns to shit.
Yep.
Like everything from fucking Halo to Disney to Star Wars, fucking All kinds of shit, dude.
Yeah. Well, that is
Speaking of that,
we are 2 hours in.
I know, but speaking of that painting, really quick, check this out. Someone painting that chick on the plane.
Flight. Yeah.
Check out this painting, dude. It's dope.
Oh, I love this.
Give 2 fucks, but I am telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real. And you can.
Jordan was so mad at herself because she's like, "This is genius." Like, I wish
Yeah.
I would have thought of this. Like,
Yeah, it is fucking genius.
that would be a
That's
cool
so good,
painting to
dude.
have, dude.
That would be a
Really
great
neat, I think.
intro to the show, dude. To have like
Yeah.
that.
I want that, dude.
I know. I bet you we can find some
probably get a
AI
print or
thing
something.
to make it for us. You know what I mean? As an
Make
intro.
it even crazier.
Yeah.
You gotta take it
do
down.
you- well, I want to. I definitely want to smoke my blunt because the RSO hasn't kicked in yet. So it
Okay.
is pee break time, everybody. I want to say thank you for hanging out with us live on whatever station and platform you are watching us on. Please hit that thumbs up. If you can, subscribe, follow us, whatever. We do this every Thursday, and we also do all kinds of other stuff on the channel and with our content and our social media. So come hang out with us.
Word. I'll just do a quick Manscaped ad, and we'll come back at Ripped and show each other some funny and weird videos.
I'm gonna come back on my phone for a little bit too. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The
See you downstairs.
Okay.
Summertime's coming up, and you know what that means. A stinkier ball sack is on the way. And if you're like McClay, not only do they stink, but you probably have been growing them out since November. But they deserve better. And we're here to help.
The Performance Package 4.0 has arrived, and oh man, is it a game changer. Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer. You get the Weed Whacker ear and nose trimmer, the Crop Reviver ball deodorant, the Crop Preserver, boxers. You even get a traveling bag.
So get 20% off and free shipping with promo code Bogcast at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com with promo code Bogcast. Trust me, your balls will thank you.
What's up, everybody? Again, we're getting into our sesh moment, so we'll be right back.
What's up, motherfuckers? Don't forget to let us know what strain you are smoking. I am hitting this shit called Dosi Lato. It's a strong indica. McClay's hitting the blunt.
Cap junkie. Cap junkie.
34%. Fucking dude, you know what's crazy? After we picked up Gertie from the vet today, she's like mad at us, dude. I think she's mad at us.
Why?
She's
Oh,
just like,
because you took her to the vet?
I think so, dude. Because I was like, she just didn't seem like her normal self. And then I saw Jordan. I was like, I think Gertie's mad at us. She's like, oh yeah, definitely, she's mad. And I was like, it's just weird. Because she just, I don't know, she just has such bad separation anxiety, you know?
Yeah.
What was that music?
Yeah, it's funny how dogs can do that. Can you hear music? I'm gonna mute myself real quick if you can hear it.
It's all good though.
It's my air conditioning unit, bro.
It plays beats. It plays Biggie.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what's crazy with Oppenheimer that I heard about?
What's that?
That Christopher Nolan doesn't do ADR, which is just like, you know, when you do the post-production audio in the studio, you know what I mean? I'm talking about. You there, McClay?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Can you not see me?
Oh, there you go. It's a automated dialogue replacement. So, but the thing is though, Christopher Nolan shoots with those crazy big ass IMAX cameras, and they're super noisy. And I'm like, what the fuck? How does he not do ADR? The entire time I thought he did ADR, and he does it fucking Robert Rodriguez style. You know that $7,000 film he made? It was El Mariachi. He does a take with the IMAX. He shoots it with the IMAX, and then he cuts it, and then he does another take, and it's just for the audio, and then they sync it up later. I was like, what the fuck?
Wow.
That's so crazy, dude. That's such a bizarre way to do it. I mean, it's just badass. I was blown away when I found that out. I can't stop thinking about that movie.
You know, StreamYard needs to. I agree. I've been watching nothing but documentaries about him since we've watched it.
I fucking can't wait to see it again. I fucking been watching it off that cam version you sent me, but holy shit! If you guys haven't seen Oppenheimer yet, I was absolutely blown away, and it's just one of those movies that I know it's good when I can't stop thinking about it. And you're right, me too, dude. I've been watching Oppenheimer documentaries. I've been watching like behind the scenes, you know, all the cast and crew shit. It's fucking badass.
Yeah, that's good shit, dude.
I actually have like a crazy video I can show you real quick. So me and McClay got to see it in the 70 millimeter IMAX, and there's only 19 theaters in the country that show it in the 70 millimeter IMAX, which was pretty fucking badass. But I never realized like how much goes into like the people that do the projectors and shit.
Yeah.
And check out this bad motherfucker, man. He made a whole video. He works at
Oppenheimer movie now 18 times with 72 more times to go. And I'm getting paid to do this because I'm a 70 millimeter projectionist. So I'm going to show you what it took in order to set this up and to play it for the audience in 70 millimeter. So a quick stop at Love's.
He does this whole video, dude, and he shows them putting the camera together and shit. It's fucking crazy how much goes into this, dude.
This is the 70 millimeter print. This is how it's shipped. It's shipped in a giant shipping case, and it's all in one big reel. Most movies that were on film came in individual reels. All the reels have been joined together on this, so then there's nothing that can really be screwed up on my end assembling this. So hopefully everything should be fine. We'll probably do a run through of it, make sure everything's working good and the print's fine and that the projector works. So let me get that started.
So he starts putting more shit together.
How long do you think it took him to set that up?
It took him a whole day to set it up, and then the next day he did a test, and then he's just kind of hoping that everything works, and he ends up having to like change this crazy light bulb that could blow up as you change it. I'm gonna show you that part. Like, look at this. Look
I
how
love this
badass that
shit.
is. So the other thing is he couldn't film it because the manager kind of just was like ready at the moment, but he needed 3 other large men to put the film onto the splatter because it weighs 600 pounds. So it's 4 grown ass men just to get the film onto the splatter, dude.
It's amazing.
It looks like it's running just fine. There's no problems. Looks great. 70 always looks great. Always fun to run some film. Just hot up here. I'm like sweating.
I wonder how much this motherfucker gets paid to do this shit, dude. He's a wizard. Look
What
at
is
that,
his
dude.
job? What is his job title? 70 millimeter
projector tech. Look how sick that is, dude.
It's the best experience for everyone for as long as possible because the print will wear out over time, but usually that.
Like, watch this shit, dude.
Oh, that's badass.
It's just crazy that Christopher Nolan goes all out to do this just for us to experience it in the theater.
The ring, but now I need to add it into the print. Now there's a couple ways to do this, but I'm going to do it the way where I'm not going to screw up the speed of the platter system. So I'm actually going to play the trailers and then attach the Oppenheimer feature to the end of those trailers. So the screening tonight is just for press, and so we don't even have audio for these trailers yet, so there's no point in playing them. So I'm just going to play it through as a leader, attach it, and then I'll be ready to show tonight. So that's what I'm going to do.
That's what's crazy, dude, is that when we went to see Oppenheimer, bro, when I got the tickets, I got them like 2 weeks before or something. Every single day they fucking emailed me and they were like, make sure you show up on time. We're not showing trailers, this and that, blah, blah, blah. This motherfucker added trailers and it's like a big, huge pain in the ass. He put 10 minutes of trailers on there. So I actually commented, I was like, our theater lied to me. They could have put trailers on there, even though I didn't really care. You know what I mean? But
that's super cool, man. You know why this is so cool to me? Because this guy's like an expert in something that there's not very many experts like him at. You know what I mean? That's something super cool.
I'm going to show you changing this crazy light bulb really quick.
The
motherfucker.
YouTube Premium, brother.
They get double ads on this. What the fuck?
Like this? Don't you?
This is coolly
bulb's
documented.
made out of quartz glass, and it's under extreme high pressure inside of the bulb, but with a xenon gas. And so these have been known to blow up. I am going to be wearing safety glasses that usually give you like a flak jacket and a face shield and all this other jazz, but I think I'm okay with just protecting my eyes bit. Yeah, but I'm not anticipating it blowing up on me, so let's get started.
Dude, he noticed a flickering on the screen, so he knew it was that light, so he had to change it out.
Wonder how he got another light so fast.
Just cover the bulb while I'm changing it, so in case it does blow up, it doesn't go everywhere. Yeah, so I'm going to use it. I don't feel like getting a bunch of quartz shrapnel in my face. I've heard of horror stories of that happening to projectionists changing lamps, but in my experience, you need to be pretty careless with these for them to actually explode. But things happen.
That's amazing, dude. That's super cool.
Yeah. He succeeds though.
Well, I want to definitely talk more about the movie because of how good it was, and it's a good movie also when you're so into it and finding out stuff about the movie or about the history of the people afterwards. Because that's all I've been doing, dude, is watching Oppenheimer or
dude.
World War II documentaries or communist, the Red Scare documentaries, like crazy, bro.
And
it's nuts.
It's I heard I've been hearing some of the funniest criticisms about the film too that just absolutely crack me up. And one of them, and this is a big one that kind of goes around on TikTok, it's more of the younger generation. but they're upset that Christopher Nolan didn't portray the Japanese. And it's like, okay. And you know what? It kind of makes me think this is also the reason why Christopher Nolan wrote the script in the first person, like with, saying I this and I that, which is, you don't really do that when you write scripts. You know what I mean? And it's, they're saying that the Japanese weren't representative, but the movie's about Oppenheimer and it's from his perspective and shit. But you know how funny it would have been if, like, 2 hours into the movie, right, it's just all about Oppenheimer and shit, and then all of a sudden they do the explosion, and for 5 seconds it's just like a family, and they're just like, they just look up and they just get incinerated. It's like, what the fuck did you want?
Yeah. I think the reason he didn't do it was very respectful.
Yeah, totally. Like not showing it was genius because it just kept it on them and like what they were experiencing, because they didn't see it go off. They had to hear it back and make, you know what I mean? Like, we experienced it like they did, and not like they did for real, but you know what I mean? Like, he just tried to make that moment. And yeah, dude, it was bad as fuck. But that's just a funny ass criticism. I thought, like, what the fuck did you want in that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty silly to me. I've been also doing a bunch of interviews, watching a bunch of interviews with Christopher Nolan, and
he's so smart, dude. He did an interview with that Brian Cox dude.
There's something. Oh, this is what I wanted to show you. Check this out.
Balcony at the docks. He wasn't right.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. That's on the DVD.
But the performance was incredible, and everybody took huge notice of it. Cho murdered my parents, and they deserve.
Don't pretend you wanted to do this for them.
I then was able to go to the studio and ask to put him in as Crane, a scarecrow in Batman Begins. Who was with Hook?
Oh, that's kind of cool. I don't know why.
It's
that
weird
was so
seeing
loud.
like all these old BTS footage that he used to be obsessed with in the mid 2000s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now they're like have new life on TikTok as clips like this. You know what I mean? That is crazy, dude. Because there's not physical media anymore. People don't care about that. So
yeah,
this is my favorite shit about. That's my favorite shit about physical media, is the behind the scenes and the commentaries and all that.
Yeah. I think Cillian Murphy should probably win the Best Actor Oscar for the way he played that character was the way he looks is very
I'm sorry.
I don't know if it's like off-putting or what is the word, but the way he looks throughout the way he looks throughout the movie, like
like stressed out and shit. Yeah,
stressed.
He lost weight for the role, and you could tell he like got his stance, the way he like stands and walks and shit. And
yeah. We are smoking Cap Junkie
and Dosi Do
or
Dosi Lado. There's like 3 different names for it. Dude, I watched Dunkirk the other night for the 3rd time, because I saw it in the theater, and then I saw it a 2nd time, and I saw it for the 3rd time, and I think that's another masterpiece, dude. It's like after the 3rd, I've liked it more and more each time. After each time,
I have a hard time watching that movie. I don't know why.
I fucking he did it such a genius way. Like, you have 3 different storylines. One's on the plane, one's on land, one's on boat, right? But the one on land takes over a period of a week. The one on the boat takes place over a day, and the one in the air with Tom Hardy takes place in an hour. And then it all fucking comes together at the end. I'm like, holy shit, that's such a genius way to present a film, you know? And it just constantly layers and gets better and more stressful. It's fucking great, dude.
Yeah. That's a hard movie to watch.
Yeah, I'm like going back. Like, I was so into Oppenheimer, I'm going back and watching all of Nolan's films and shit again, dude. So let's chat. Let me ask you guys this. What's your favorite Christopher Nolan film? And I know mine's right away is The Prestige.
Mm-hmm. Mine's always been The Dark Knight, dude.
I know.
You laugh.
Okay, so fuck The Dark Knight. What's number 2?
Dude, I like The Prestige. I'll put The Prestige in the top 3. It's either 2 or 3.
And then I'm really wondering what number 3 would be.
And I'll be honest, I think Oppenheimer might be top 3 or top 4.
It's crazy
like
because
Inception.
I haven't thought of the list with Oppenheimer yet, really.
I like Inception. Inception
Yes,
was a
Inception's up
great
there.
fucking film, bro.
Yeah. The craziest thing to me about both The Prestige and Inception is he did them in between the Batmans. So he did Batman Begins, Prestige, Dark Knight, Inception, Dark Knight Rises. I mean, that's like such a sick, just fucking consecutive movies, dude, ever.
Yeah. Memento's good, but it's not as good as those movies to me. I mean, it's a great movie, and I can't believe it was like his second movie, right? That he
Yeah.
ever made. So that's even more amazing, and it was a great idea. But The Prestige, Inception, and The Dark Knight to me are probably my top 3, and I might be able to put Oppenheimer in there, if not at number 4.
You want me to show you a gem really quick? This is Christopher Nolan's very first film. It's only 3 minutes. It's like a short film that he made when he was like in college. Check this out, dude. This is crazy. The soundtrack sounds like a guy's just holding keyboards down, like random notes.
Sounds like some Mike Patton album, you know what I mean? Right, that's Mike Patton right there.
The motherfucker has an album of him. There's like some tracks he's just smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. From this to Oppenheimer, dude.
Pretty amazing.
You have to start somewhere, right?
Yeah. How old was he when he put this out?
In college, so probably like 19, 20.
Back when it was actually hard to make a film.
Oh, for sure. Look at this though, dude. This is crazy.
Oh, that's badass,
Easy,
bro.
but like, you know
already
how cool that was back then? You know what I mean?
Yeah. You can already tell.
That's what I'm saying is genius. You see his genius in this.
Yeah. And it's just replaying itself over and over each time in a different reality, like type thing. Yeah. That's fucking cool, dude.
And then check this out. So his wife was on production, and then you have Jonathan Nolan grip. So his brother was just doing like the lights on it and shit like that. Written, directed, shot, and edited by Christopher Nolan.
That's cool, bro.
Film Society. That's probably like where he shot it at. Yeah,
that was fucking really cool.
Yeah.
That was good, dude.
For 3 minutes, for a 3 minute short, bro. Yeah, you could tell. And then I don't know if you've seen Following. It's only an hour.
Yeah.
That's another one of those movies.
That's what I thought was his first movie, right?
Yeah, that's his first that's pretty much his first
feature
film.
length.
It's kind of debatable, like what if the runtime of a feature length, but you could see his genius in that. But during that film, he would work all week. They would shoot on the weekends, work all like that. They took like a year to shoot that, but when that unfolds at the end, you're like, you could see Christopher Nolan's genius. And then Memento. I'm interested how he went from Following to Memento, because Memento was like still like an $8-9 million movie. You know what I mean? Like having What's that
This
guy's
is the
name?
funny thing. People talking about Aronofsky. Wasn't Darren Aronofsky supposed to do Batman before Christopher
Oh yeah,
Nolan?
yeah, he was. Yeah, probably was
That's
good.
the crazy thing. And Darren Aronofsky probably was good, and he was the talk of, like, everybody wanted him to direct the next whatever. And he was
That
supposed to
movie
do
he did with Hugh
Batman.
Jackman, The Fountain. That movie's so badass.
Yeah. Darren Aronofsky. Yeah, man. I remember him back in the day. Dude, I film to me is as important as music and stuff, right? You know what I mean? It's such an amazing art form, and it's crazy to see throughout the different art forms how it changes throughout the generations, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And that's why I love like 1930s films and shit like that. I love going back in time, dude. It's a
And they
time,
talk
it's a
like this. Like,
snapshot.
how are you? And what's that called again? Atlantic or something.
I don't know.
You know when the actors and everybody talk that like
Oh
really?
yeah. The way
What's
they
that shit
talk,
called?
yeah.
There's a word for that. But it was like a style in like the 30s, and 40s.
Yeah. The way that people talk at a certain time. We're really stoned, you guys.
I think they just did that in the movies. I don't think they talk like that in real life.
No, it's called like the way people talk at a certain time period in history. Vernacular. That's what it's called. You know. But anyways, I love watching it because it's a snapshot in time. Not only do you see how they talked and, you know, how they acted, but what their style of clothes were, what the outside was like. You know, if, like some of those early films, you can, you know, they're representing New York City and what it was really like at that time. Some of those really early ones and, you know, pre-code type shit. But yeah, Requiem for a Dream fucking sucks, dude. It's a great movie. It's a great movie to see once. I can never watch that movie again,
stressful.
dude. It's too fucking stressful. Yeah. Fuck that movie.
You know who's supposed to be Robin in one of the Batmans was Marlon Wayans.
Yeah, and he got paid for
He
it.
got paid for it too. Yeah, he still got paid for it.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. He's still getting paid for it. I'm not surprised on shit like that. There's all those stories of people being paid for shit like that. What is this? Psychedelic toads invade. Oh, yeah. Here we go. You could smell it at
Psychedelic toads
night.
invade Arizona after monsoon season kicks in.
There's a smell as soon as monsoon season kicks in. And I smell it now, and I instantly think of the bufo. I'm like, okay, it's bufo time.
Yeah, I know, me too. Bufo season.
There's
it's bittersweet because, you know, they need to be protected. It's a big trend to fucking grab these guys, but at the same time, yeah, they harm dogs. So the Sonoran Desert toad population is surging in Arizona thanks to the monsoon rains, also known as the Colorado River toad, or as we call it, Bufo alvarius. They possess glands that secrete a venom rich in the hallucinogens 5-MeO-DMT and bufotenine, both Scheduled 1. The secretion is very toxic to pets, and the media is warning dogs and cat owners to be aware. Dogs are especially at risk of getting sick, even if they make contact. So these glands right here are filled with that venom. If they get into that, you know, depending on the size of the dog, it could kill them. It could probably kill a small dog, right?
Yeah. So if you see any, just call us. Let us know.
Poachers for recreation or profit have been known to seek them out in order to harvest DMT out of concern for the toads whose populations are at risk. These now discouraged by much of the psychedelic community as 5-MeO-DMT can be synthesized in a lab and is identical in its effects. Thanks to Hamilton Morris for that.
Thank God for Hamilton Morris.
You think is their population at risk? You think?
They're endangered, man, because they only live in the Sonoran Desert, and the Sonoran Desert is more and more being. It's not as well. It's huge, but in the scheme of things, there's buildings constantly invading their desert. You know what I mean? Dude, the human sprawl just continues to go and go and go, and it's not going to stop. So you see areas that you have to say, hey, these are the areas of concern.
Not endangered. but near extinction in California. So there's truth to that. Because California, there's probably no space for them really to live anymore.
That's what I'm talking about, the human sprawl, dude. And that's happening in Arizona right now. Phoenix is the #1 fastest growing city in the country right now, dude.
I know, but you know how big the Sonoran Desert is, dude?
Yeah, I know.
Let's take a
I
look.
know. Let's see a map.
All of that. All
Yeah.
Phoenix.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think they're fine. Plus, people are like making sanctuaries and shit for them now. It'd be cool to have a sanctuary, but then you can't have dogs.
Yeah.
You know, dogs run
What's
that
up?
shit.
Yeah.
Thanks to
Right.
Jersey to the Bay for sending that, by the way. Thank you, Jersey to the Bay.
What's that?
He's the one that sent me that psychedelic toad article.
Oh, nice.
On IG, so I appreciate that.
All right, check this out.
Oh my God. Can we return this shit?
Oh my god, what?
It's like a skate, Grandma.
Wait a minute.
I seen it myself and I brought it up before her ass. I said, Grandma, this looks like a dick. But I'm gonna let me wear this shit at fucking school.
What is it supposed to be?
I don't know, man.
What the fuck? Oh my god, dude.
Oh, dude. I love that shit, man.
I think I showed all mine in the beginning of the show.
I got a couple good ones. Did you see this, bro?
Ooh, shit.
Why do you think this looks like me?
That's pretty badass shirt, dude. I like that, dude.
All right, maybe a little bit. Ari the cat shirts.
I miss his podcast, man. It sucks.
I know.
I miss it, bro.
Yeah.
This guy, have you ever seen those Mr. Beast challenges where he'll go in a store and they'll like make a box and they'll be like, go pick up as like in a Best Buy, go pick up as many shit as you can fit in here and I'll pay for it, right? You seen those?
Yeah.
So this guy is a gas station owner and he lets his customers do it, and it's probably staged, but I've seen a few of them, and they do like pretty genuine, but I don't know, it's pretty funny.
See this? Anything, I'm gonna pay.
Okay.
Grande ya.
That's okay. That's it. Mira.
Ándale, pendejo. ¿La cerveza?
Todo, tú dijiste todo. I don't care.
Pendejo, es grande. Es mucho grande. Sí, es small.
Espérate. A ver, let me see.
Smart man.
No.
Smart man. Smart man.
Está bien, ahí te dejo el jugo.
That was good shit, dude. Yeah, that's good shit.
I love shit like that.
This fucking kind of cracked me up, dude. This guy is so honest. For some reason, I'm seeing this guy in a bunch of clips lately. I don't know his name, but I can't believe he's this honest, bro.
9 to 5, or will you? Or do you work a 9 to 5?
Yeah.
And
I sue every job I get. Yeah. What I do, I go on the job. I've sued Singular before, AT&T. I got $40,000 out of them in 2006, July 6, 2006, for race discrimination and sexual harassment. Quid quo pro sexual harassment. Just niggas cracking jokes on the job, right? So what I did, I went and learned employment rights. My last 2 jobs, I got $10,000 out of that one through OSHA and got another $10,000 through OSHA. So what I do, I go find a job because I know they got niggas go be violating safety violations. So I'm gonna go complain about safety violation. I know some bitch ass supervisor go get mad about me complaining and start retaliating against me. Then I'm gonna make a call to OSHA and say, hey, They unsafe over here. And then I'm gonna let them know, yeah, I'm the one called OSHA. And they go fuck with me. And then I'm gonna make them pay me $10,000 for retaliation. I get them every time.
Damn.
I saw that a while ago, dude. That guy is
Holy
pretty wild. He's pretty based though. When
Yeah, I
he's
know,
about
dude.
some other shit,
He's
he's pretty
honest.
based. He's pretty based.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, fuck everybody. I'm out to get mine, and that's
I mean,
it.
yeah, well, good for him.
Yeah.
Dude, I knew a guy really quick in my early 20s who sold just pounds of weed and pounds of mushrooms, and he didn't work. And he ended up just fucking telling me that like he actually tricked, I think, disability, that he had schizophrenia, and he'd tell me he'd get just government checks, and he's like, I don't even have it. I just like played it hardcore until they gave it to me, and I was like, what the fuck? Holy shit. It's crazy. Isn't it crazy that people do that? They fake schizophrenia just to get a disability check. That's nuts.
Yeah, man. I can't tell if those people are stupid or smart as fuck.
He's probably in jail right now, dude.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely in jail. This is pretty funny, dude.
Yeah, Charleston White. That's his name, right?
Jesus. Watch this guy.
Whoa, is that a bear?
Yeah, did you see the guy in the green or whatever that is? He falls down that cliff.
Oh my god. Oh fuck.
I could take that bear, couldn't you? No?
Fuck no, dude. That bear would fuck you up, dude. That bear would claw the shit out of you, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, we're too old to fucking fight a bear.
I wouldn't want to. No, fuck no, I wouldn't. I'm just like, I think you could. I really think you could just get behind that motherfucker and choke it, bro.
Bro,
I could not. You're right. But I
watched
do think
I watched an Instagram post the other day where a guy woke up in his tent and there was a
saw that.
fucking grizzly bear eating
saw that.
berries
That's
outside
nuts.
his tent. Holy fucking
You don't
shit,
have that?
bro.
You don't have that one?
Oh my god, bro. I wish I saved it. Did you see how cool this is? Dinosaur tracks in Texas from 113 million years uncovered due to severe drought. Dinosaur tracks.
Yeah, that's been popping
dude.
up a lot
Look
recently.
at that shit. Listen to the other shit that they found. It says prints mostly left by some kind of a dinosaur, a theropod that stood 15 feet, weighed 7 tons, and roamed the area 113 million years ago, have emerged at the Paluxy River, has dried up almost entirely in parts of the Dinosaur Valley State Park in Glen Rose. Under normal conditions, these recently discovered prints are filled in with sediment and a condition that helps protect them from natural weathering and erosion.
Yeah, it's dope.
Wow,
It's
dude.
crazy in Texas too. That there's so many like droughts everywhere that this shit's popping this shit's popping up a lot everywhere, dude, all over the world.
They found a bunch of like ships, right? Old
Ships,
ships,
bodies and barrels and shit.
Oh yeah, the river out the
Lake Mead and shit. Lake
Lake
Powell,
Mead, yeah.
This is fucking funny, bro. So this is showing my dad the Nair hair removal video. I want to see McClay fight a bear. I know chat said they don't, but I do think it's a 50-pound bear. He's right. You could take it.
Showing my dad the Nair hair removal video.
Hold on.
For reference, this is how hairy my butt is right now. Alright, so step one is to squeeze this cream onto your hand.
Showing my dad the
Did you see it? Okay, watching the window, bro.
Nair hair removal video.
Hold on.
For reference, this is how
You're
hairy
getting a
my
strike.
butt is right now. Alright, so step one is to squeeze this cream onto your hand.
Showing my dad the Nair hair removal video.
Now watch his reaction.
For reference, this is how hairy my butt is right now. Alright, so step one is to squeeze this cream
Gotta watch his
onto your hand.
reaction, bro.
Showing my dad the Nair hair removal video.
For reference, this is how hairy my butt is right now.
Watch his reaction now.
Alright, so step one is to squeeze this cream onto your hand.
Showing my dad the Nair hair removal video.
Oh my god. I don't think you could show this on here, but whatever. That's such a great TikTok video.
Oh, bro.
That's about how hard I laughed at that guy coming out of the slide.
Check this shit out. This shit's cool as fucking. This is really cool right here. Went down, a boy came back as a man. You're like, what the fuck are we gonna get here, right? But this is the fucking truth. Check this out. I want to play the music, but we'll probably get stricken for it, so I'm not gonna play it. But they're looking down this pipe, right? And they're like, what the fuck? This kid comes up to him, neighborhood kid, and goes, I'll fucking go in there and I'll get it.
Well, what is in there?
A fucking baby, bro.
Oh, jeez. Is this recent?
This is, I don't know if it's recent, but his dad or whoever is like, all right, man.
Dude, you know what's crazy about this? There's certain things from my childhood that stick with me. And do you remember those like childhood movies?
Baby Jessica?
Yeah, there was a movie, or childhood movies, a TV movie. Yeah, about a baby getting stuck in like a well or something, or a pipe or something like that, and they had to go down and save her. And I remember my mom like staying up late and watching it with her, like kind of like the Ryan. Remember like the Ryan White story?
Yeah,
shit like that.
Yeah.
Or I know my first name is Steven. Remember that one?
I don't remember that one.
The boy gets kidnapped. Anyway.
This is fucking crazy, dude. So they put him down, face first, right? And he goes down there. He grabs the fucking kid. Watch this.
Whoa.
Look at this shit, bro.
Wow. Wow. Where is that?
I don't know, man. Right? Like, holy shit, dude.
He's a
That
hero.
could never happen in America.
Why?
Because they're like, we got some type of robot that will just go down there and get them already. Don't put yourself in, you know what I mean? Either that
or somebody will get sued.
Or there's some red tape that's stopping it, you know what I mean?
Somebody will get sued somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't want to get sued. Exactly. Well,
this is pretty funny, dude. This guy's all passed out on the plane and he puts a fake snake on him and then he wakes up. And the guy freaks out.
Oh, dude, I found the video. Check it out.
20 degrees today is like one of the
Oh,
hottest
no
days
way.
in Vegas. Let's see if we can light this right off the road.
Yeah, I don't need her, I don't need him. Fuck it, I do it myself.
There's no way. Holy shit.
Yeah, dude. It's crazy, right? That's probably the craziest thing I've seen. Somebody doing one of those.
I want to try. You should try that, dude, on your next time you go outside.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what happened before this, but this guy's being a dickhead. The guy in the wheels. I think he's gonna call the cops or something. But check this out.
The sheriff's department. I just got assaulted by his own phone.
I saw like two angles. There's another angle of this too.
Do you just leave him there?
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Fuck him. No, I'm just kidding. I'd probably help him. But before I pick him up, I'd be like, sorry, bitch. I don't know. What would you do? That's a great question. That's a great fucking question. Do you still help him?
You're sorry.
Yeah, I'd be like, sorry, right up above him. And then he's like, sorry. Like, all right, come on, motherfucker, get up. And then push him back down again. Oh, just kidding. Run off.
Psych.
Yeah. Psych. Oh. That would be fucking funny. It depends on what he did. I don't know. If like you were working your ass off on that, and then he came over and fucked it up, you know what I mean, and say like a day back of work, no, we don't. But if he's just talking shit or something, I'd be like, okay, he's just a crazy old man.
Yeah. That's funny, dude. This is kind of
those are the funniest pain noises, dude.
This one's pretty good. Check this out. It says, we told Abby I was doing a video interview for a live video interview for a job, right? And they're just fucking with their kid.
You wanted me to include one of my children, and I only have one child. Her name is Abby, and she's here. So you wanted some background. Like I dress like this every day. As soon as I get up at 4 a.m. Every morning. I go for a run, and then I run for about 12 miles. And then I come back. I make sure the house is all clean and tidy. I do all the dishes, and I wash.
That's not true. It's not true.
So I do all the dishes. I make sure the dogs are bathed, and that way, when my wife gets up, like everything is done. So I'm very diligent in that.
Bye.
No, Abby.
That's not true.
Just for a minute, please.
You can't lie to me.
They're gonna see this. So you asked about my diet. I only eat vegetables. There's no pizza.
Come on, you eat chips and milk. Come on, you eat sugar all day.
I don't eat egg sandwiches or iced tea. I'm total water and.
Come on, you.
No, please. If I do get water, that you wanted me to
That's
send.
funny, dude.
Yeah, dude.
If I had kids, I'd be doing shit like that constantly.
Fuck yeah, bro. Like if that's all kids were like cool little projects.
That's what they are, dude.
Kids. Yeah, they're more than just a project.
I'm just kidding. I guess in the Mario movie, Shy Guy reveals his face not to camera but to other characters, and when you slow it down, it's kind of cool. I wanted to show you. You remember, the Shy Guys in Super Mario 2?
Revealed his face in the Super Mario Brothers movie. During the party scene at Bowser's Castle,
right there.
A sweeping shot of the whole Koopa army. A ton happens here, but the most notable is something that happens that we can barely even see. A Shy Guy just straight up takes off his mask, and the group he shows it to are absolutely flabbergasted. A couple try to hide, and one even completely faints. What could be so horrifying underneath that mask? A similar scene actually happens in Mario Power Tennis. When Shy Guy wins a singles tournament, he trips and his mask falls off, revealing his face to Luigi, who is horrified. Manipulating the camera actually shows that there's nothing under the mask at all. Since the player isn't meant to see this side in the first place, the game devs didn't put anything there.
Wow. I love shit like that.
I know. That's like the best side of TikTok. Fuck, I think that's pretty much all I got, dog. Oh, I got one last one, and then this is a good way to wrap it too, especially with the Beavis and Butthead comment from earlier. Fuck, there's something in my eye. So for the audio listeners, the baseball game, and it's the Pittsburgh or the Philadelphia Phillies playing the Pittsburgh Pirates 0-0, but it looks like it says poop. That laugh is legendary.
Dude, have you been following Alex Stein much?
Oh yeah.
Time, yeah.
He threw hot dogs at that dude, and
yeah, this popped up in my shit. And I was like, what the
Do you
fuck?
lead the city? You're telling me the city council is not the leaders of this city? Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you're trying to tell me, Chip? So you guys don't consider yourself leaders? See, that's why. It's because you don't consider yourself a leader. You don't take responsibility for your action. That's why you sit there, and that's why you are a direct reflection of these cops. They were cowards. It took them 77 minutes, and you're a coward. You sit there like a coward, trying to combat what I'm saying. I'm bringing awareness to your city. And because of the response time was so disgusting, 77 minutes. I have these pictures. This is not Uvalde. I want you guys to show you this. This is somebody doing hand sanitizer. He's more worried about protecting himself from COVID than protecting the 19 children that were bleeding to death. This is a cop on his phone smiling. There's nothing funny about 19 children bleeding to death on the...
You don't usually see that from fucking Primetime Stein there, man.
They should turn the music up.
I know.
Jesus.
Jesus.
I hate when they do that. No, yeah, he's funny as fuck, dude. He's funny, but he's got like
he's on one.
Points, so we showed this before, right?
Pimp and a blimp.
These close-ups of the song.
This is the most incredible footage that you'll ever
That's
see.
badass.
The detail in this video is astonishing. The surface almost looks like it has hair or orange grass blowing in the wind. You can clearly see the enormous sunspots and solar flares like you've never seen them before.
That's nuts.
These videos almost make you want to reach out and touch the surface of
Those
the
things
sun.
are massive,
Clearly,
bro.
That would be a really bad idea. They're created by
Those are what send solar flares
paying
our way.
the stupid astronomer.
That's dope.
Stupid he is not. He specializes in building imaging equipment and has applied his
Wish
talents
I had
to making
that.
backyard telescopes capable of
Anyway, we're almost at the 3-hour mark, guys. I gotta fucking hopefully it's cooled down to walk the dogs, but I'm not sure.
Dude, fuck that. Probably need a couple more hours on that shit.
Yeah, no shit, you're right.
I want to end it by showing one final thing that I didn't know about this week. And this is crazy. I think we talked about this at some point in here, but we didn't see any of the fights. The UFC happened recently, right?
Yeah, I watched it. It was fun as fuck.
Yeah. And Arizona kid won, right? Gaethje, right?
Yeah, he was from Tucson, yeah.
Yeah. But
yeah, it was a
there's
great
this
fucking head. He had a crazy head kick, dude. It was nuts.
dude, there's these bare knuckle fights. Bare knuckle, bro. Look at
That's
this one.
crazy.
Watch this shit, dude.
That's nuts, dude.
Watch this.
Rocking that body right now. The head's gonna be open.
Watch. He knocks him out.
And now he's gonna come back and win.
Right now. Let me see your head. Taking the full mandatory aid from referee Andrew Glenn.
Jesus.
Jumps all over and goes to the end right now.
Oh my god. Holy shit. Where'd you find this at?
It's on my my Instagram feed, dude. That's crazy, bro. You know, they always talked about for the longest times that's why they do such a small gloves, and it would be better to not even have gloves.
Oh, I was just gonna say that. That's funny you say that. Yeah, that's supposed to be like more damaging because when they wrap them up, dude, they wrap them up like it's almost like a extra. I don't know. Seems like it would hurt more. But Sugar Sean's coming up to play here, dude, in a couple of weeks. Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
He's fighting in like 2 or 3 weeks, and then you got the Nate fight. Oh yeah, just really quick. As far as stand-up specials, Mark McCluster, Shane McGillis's good friend, best friend or whatever, he has a new special on YouTube that's really fucking funny. So if you need something to watch, it definitely suggest checking it out. So.
And check this out, bro. 5 parrots were separated at a zoo because they were swearing at visitors and then laughing with each other. That's fucking cool. I want a parrot.
No, dude. My sister had birds growing up. They're annoying. It stinks. It's fucking... Anyway, make sure you are subbed up on YouTube if you have a free second. We are also on Rumble, and also we are on Twitter live right now. So if you have a free second, that helps us out. And yeah, thanks for hanging out with us each week. Have fun. Don't forget to let us know what strain you guys are smoking. And anything else we got?
No, thanks for everybody that helped out with the Hempful Farms fundraiser. A lot of big winners in that. It was kind of crazy to pull that off. So that was cool.
Yeah.
A lot of people won a lot of really crazy stuff. So
yeah. All right, guys, we will see you next week. Peace out.